Well, it's been a big day in the Championship. 2 wins in 7 now for Coventry. They were held 1-1 at Charlton but stayed top. Ipswich go second after they beat Oxford, and Middlesbrough lose at Derby. Watford up to 4th after they beat Birmingham with a Tom Ince hat-trick. But let's get to Anfield. We've had plenty of classics down the years when Liverpool have met Leeds. The Reds have hit them for 6 twice in the last few years. And under Bielsa, in their first game back in the top flight after 16 years, Leeds lost a 7-goal thriller to a late Mo Salah strike. Football historians will also remember Keegan and Bremner and a Wembley punch-up in the so-called Charity Shield. Talksport getting your Premier League New Year underway to a brilliant start with a game affecting both ends of the table. It's Liverpool against Leeds, live and exclusive and only on Talksport, with former England captain Stuart Pearce alongside your commentator Adam Bridge.
Thank you, Adrian. Good evening, everyone. Well, 2025 was a year of contrasting fortunes and emotions for Liverpool. The joy and ecstasy of winning another league title tempered just weeks later by the tragedy and heartache following the loss of Diogo Jota. A new year begins as it ended for the Reds, without Salah and Isak, the former's future very much on the list for a New Year resolution. Vert's first goal against Wolves and Liverpool's 3 straight Premier League wins should provide Arne Slot with the hope that 2026 may yet see the slot machine pay out once more. Leeds' return to the Premier League is going better than many expected. A change in formation has led to a flurry of goals and 5 without defeat. It's coincided with Dominic Calvert-Lewin being fit and in the form of his life. He could end up being the signing of the summer if he keeps Leeds in the Premier League. Although to do that, he needs to be on the pitch. Funny to think he cost precisely 125 million less than Liverpool's Isak and has 7 more Premier League goals to his name. The noise around Daniel Farke has quietened for now, but there's still half the season to go after today. Who will set that tone for 2026? Can Leeds get a rare win at Anfield against the side they've lost more games to than any other? You'll find out in the next 90 minutes, live and exclusive here on Talksport, as we bring you the first live Premier League action of 2026. It never gets old. Every time you come to Anfield, the hairs on the back of your neck just stand up. A magnificent stadium, a magnificent arena, and the perfect place to start our Premier League coverage of 2026. And as part of our New Year's resolution, we'll bring you even more live football this season. Over 500 games culminating in every single match at that 2026 World Cup in North America. The teams are lined up, we're ready to go here. A quick reminder of how they line up. Alisson's in goal for Liverpool. It's Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson at the back. Gravenberch, Jones in midfield with Frimpong, Szoboszlai and Verts supporting Ugo Ekitike. Leeds with Perry in goal, Bornau, Bijol and Strijk across the back. It's Justin, Gruev, Ampadu, Stack and Goodmanson in a packed 5 across midfield, with Aronson supporting Lemaitre up front. Chris Kavanagh is the man in charge, his 15th Premier League game of the season, promoted of course to the UEFA Elite list alongside Anthony Taylor and Michael Oliver earlier this week, and hopefully we don't need too much of him. But Darren England is on VAR duty tonight, and on commentary duty alongside me is the former England international Stuart Pearce.
Hi Bridgie, good to be alongside you my friend. As I say, looking forward to this one. Both teams going in with a bit of form. Liverpool not as rock solid form wise as probably they have been over the recent years, but Leeds going in with a decent run to their name as well, and I think a decent start to their Premier League campaign this year personally.
Yeah, for Liverpool, 13 points worse off than they were at this stage last season. They've won 4 fewer and lost 5 more of their games, but those 3 victories in their last 3 games maybe just starting to give them a little bit of hope that 2026 may come better with the integration of these new players. They're under some pressure here to do some defending on that far side in the right back position, and Conor Bradley is the first to get involved and has conceded a free kick right by the corner flag on that far side, and this will be a good opportunity for Leeds, who are in good form on set pieces.
Yeah, it was. As I say, it was a good full court press by Leeds there. Alisson playing out from the back, trying to play through the thirds, and a loose ball by Konate cut out, and Goodmanson's drawn the foul, almost probably equivalent to a corner probably on that left hand side.
Well, 9 of their last 15 goals in the Premier League have come from set pieces. Real opportunity in the early stages here for Leeds United to put some pressure on this Liverpool goal. It's about a yard in from the touchline, about 3 in from the corner flag, and it's swung over, and Alisson will come to the edge of the 6-yard box and will punch that clear with plenty of conviction. Second attempted header away, that time by Florian Wirtz, goes nowhere, and it'll be picked up by Szoboszlai on this near touchline, and he'll immediately switch play to the right where he finds Bradley. And Bradley with a chance to set Frimpong away on that far side, back from injury, and in that advanced position down that right-hand side. He played it right back against Wolves, but an opportunity to bring Bradley into the team and free up Frimpong on that far side has been taken by Arne Slot. Here's Curtis Jones. Inside the centre circle is Virgil van Dijk, and Van Dijk will just work it to this left-hand side to Andy Robertson, in for Kerkez today, and here's Wirtz under pressure immediately, but he's going back inside his own half as he was closed down that time by James Justin, and it's given away by Van Dijk, and now Leeds on the attack with Aronson to that left-hand edge of the penalty area, trying to play a ball through to the advancing Goodmanson at the edge of the penalty area, but Liverpool do get it clear, but it's a fairly hopeful clearance upfield, and Leeds will gather possession at the edge of their own penalty area. Yeah, once again, another good press by Leeds there. Liverpool trying to keep possession of the ball in their own half. Defender playing to defender, and Van Dijk gets shut down really, really quickly. Van Dijk, ever present, of course, started every single Premier League game for Liverpool, 34 years of age now. And he's someone questioned his form, but in terms of defensive work, most clearances and aerial duels won in the Premier League this season. And they look to bring it clear this time with his defensive partner, Konate, out wide to this left-hand side. Here's Curtis Jones on a decent run in the team, infield to Florian Wirtz. He finds Ekitike, he's continued his run. Ekitike going with the ball at feet though, finds Szoboszlai back from suspension today to the right where Bradley's waiting, and now Frimpong, who's level with the edge of the penalty area on that far side, goes back to Szoboszlai, who's 25 yards out from goal on that far side, but just delays for a moment. It allows Aronson to try and gather some possession for Leeds United, which they do, and now they're away down this right-hand side on the attack with Stack, who gets the crossover, it evades everybody, and in the end it's picked up on that left-hand side by Gruev. There's room in the penalty area here again for Aronson to try and work a shot, gives it out to Gruev once more. Goodmanson at the edge of the box to that left-hand side. He's continued his run, gets to the byline and drills it across, and it has to be dealt with inside the 6-yard area, and Leeds have got themselves a corner. Yeah, it's the third or fourth time now in the game that Leeds have turned the ball over pretty well by being dogged in their shape, and then from that they've attacked pretty well. And Liverpool, sometimes big one for me, when you're being attacked, how many of your players are still up the pitch? And Liverpool had 4 players up the pitch there looking back at the rest of the line defending, and that gives Leeds a little bit of hope and room to play in. Almost 5 minutes played on Talksport at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. Another set piece though for the visitors, right-footed, swung into that 6-yard box again. It's a decent header away by Van Dijk. It's going to break though the right edge of the box for a shot, which is driven in the end down this right-hand side by Bourne now, and it's blocked out for another corner, this time on the Leeds right. Leeds have got decent height in the box, but what they need to do, when you look at how Liverpool line up, it was Van Dijk marshalling the near post area or just beyond it, central goal, and Konate as well. They need to exploit the ball over the back, going for the second post, the furthest post, and coming in on the back. Certainly from that left-hand side. Doesn't look so acute from this side, just looking at their line-up now. Scored 6 goals from corners so far this season, have Leeds. Anton Stack is responsible for the delivery on this right-hand side. There are 6 white shirts in the Liverpool penalty area, Ampadu being one of those, but it's well over his head, and he's just nodded down safely into the arms of Alisson, that time by Bourne now, and Liverpool will look to counter on that right-hand side, and ball cut infield towards Curtis Jones, and Jones looking to switch play quickly to the left where Robertson is there. Wirtz on this near touchline, back infield to Jones once more, and they're inside Leeds United territory. Konate, he'll look to his right-hand side. That's the best option. Bradley's waiting. Frimpong's ahead of him. Bradley then continues his run and takes in his stride, but he's tracked all the way by Aronson. But it's good work from the Northern Ireland international. Finds Frimpong at the byline. Cuts it back inside the penalty area, but can't find a red shirt. Shot driven from the edge of the penalty area but blocked on this occasion. And again, it was Gravenberch looking for another goal to add to his already burgeoning Premier League tally this season. And now out on this left-hand side they come again, with Wirtz turning up the pressure and the intensity with a good spell of possession here from Liverpool, who've got the highest average possession in the Premier League this season. It's Ekitike on a run inside the box, but he's stopped finally at the second attempt inside the penalty area. Bornau was the player who got that touch on his first Premier League start, and Leeds will now look to come out from the back. On that far side, they keep possession nicely. Aronson lays it off into the path of Gruep, and it's into touch for a Leeds United throw midway inside their own half on that far touchline, their left-hand side.
Yeah, Leeds playing with good confidence at the moment in possession and out of possession in their press as well. It's interesting to watch the two fullbacks of Liverpool. They play a more traditional style. You're so used to fullbacks inverting and moving around or pushing up nice and high and aggressively, but they don't do that. They just support from behind and go and supplement the wide players from behind.
In the centre circle, Aronson working incredibly hard. It's his 100th league appearance for Leeds today for the American international, and they keep possession quite nicely just inside their own half, kicking from left to right. Leeds in this opening 45 minutes towards the Kop here at Anfield. 8 minutes played on Talksport. Exclusive Premier League coverage for you throughout the evening. Right now over on Talksport 2, it's Crystal Palace against Fulham. After we're done here on Talksport, it'll be Brentford against Spurs, and over on Talksport 2, Sunderland against Manchester City. The perfect start to the new year, and if you are a darts fan and you want to follow that, of course, you'll need the Talksport app and the Darts YouTube page as well. In fact, just download the app anyway, because you're going to need it, because we've got all the Premier League games throughout midweek next week as well. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to use that in the coming 7 days.
It's interesting. Sorry, Bridget. Interesting to see the Leeds strikers just coming off to receive the ball, and Liverpool players not aggressive with them. I've just come from the Arsenal game a couple of days ago, and any straight balls in, the centre halves are all over you aggressively, and Liverpool need to do that a little bit more. It's probably why one team's conceded very few goals and the other team has been a little bit loose at the back, maybe.
Bornau, only 2 sub-appearances before today in the Premier League for Leeds, and he's given away possession on this near side, and it will be a Leeds throw in the end, and it will be taken by James Justin. Second start for him in the Premier League following his move from Leicester as well, but that's really good work from Gravenberch on this near side. He's done brilliantly to get Wirtz the ball, but the ball forward was being chased after intensely by Frimpong, who couldn't get there. Van Dijk will now head it back into the danger zone. Ekitike's alive to it. Brilliant little back heel as well to Jones. And now Ekitike in the box, right hand side, holds the ball out on his left foot, gets the shot away. It's spilled by Perry, and the follow-up in the end is cleared away from inside the 6-yard area, just as it was about to be pounced upon by Florian Wirtz. But they've still got it here, Liverpool. Ball into the boxes, up in the air from Bornau. Wirtz tries to get towards it, can't make any headway. They still have it though, Liverpool, edge of the penalty area. Gravenberch on this near side gives it out once more to Robertson, edge of the box with Jones, an exchange of passes. Good pressure this from Slot's side as they push it out wide on that right hand touchline. Frimpong is there once more with Bradley for support, but he's going to do the hard yards and take it towards the byline, gets the cross in, feels he's shoved in the process, but referee Chris Kavanagh says play on, and Leeds have possession.
Yeah, good play there by Frimpong, creating space for himself, but just lost his footing and couldn't deliver the cross that his team needed. And just looking at Ekitike, when he picks it up, close ball control, he's looking to take players on 2s and 3s in tight areas, and he's causing Leeds half a problem.
Only a 3rd Premier League start for Frimpong, start of his Liverpool career marred by injury, of course. I wonder if he'd been fitter, he may have had more opportunities in that advanced role on that right hand side with the form of Mo Salah before he went off to AFCON, of course. And the ball out of play again, and it will be a throw in on that far side. I think Chris Kavanagh just stepping over to,
I think the ball burst.
Conversation. Is it burst? It looks like it has, yeah. There's so many of them around the pitch, shouldn't be a problem to find a replacement, and it'll be a drop ball, and Leeds will have possession just outside the edge of their own penalty area. Really bright start here, 11.5 minutes on the clock at Anfield. It remains Liverpool 0, Leeds 0. Right hand side, Bornau midway inside his own half, wins the throw again. it's Leeds who have it on this near touchline. Been a busy afternoon in the Championship, of course. Just 2 wins in 7 now for Coventry, a draw for them at Charlton. Charlton coming back with an equalising goal. Big day for Watford, up to 4th as well. Who'd have thought that was going to happen this season? Another good home win, a thumping victory against Birmingham City as the pressure maybe starts to mount on Chris Davis. They can't get a win at home and can't get a win away either. Wrexham had a good victory at lunchtime today, live on Talksport 2, that's moved them within touching distance of the playoffs as well. It's all heating up as the second half of the Championship gets underway. Jones's ball forward is decent to Ekitike, helped on its way to Wirtz by Szoboszlai at the edge of the penalty area, but just tried to dribble it inside the box and was dispossessed, and the pressure on Perry is decent that time from Frimpong as he clears it. Picked up by Szoboszlai into Wirtz, lovely first touch. Grafenberg's got it on that far side, out wide to that right-hand side where Bradley's waiting, off the angle of the penalty area, and in the end it's out of play for what will be a throw to Leeds United. Sloppy that from Conor Bradley.
Yeah, it was a little bit loose, but the attack, the building of the attack come from Konate, getting nice and close to his centre forward, just dipped in front of him, won the header, and that's what they've probably got to do to stifle any counter-attacks.
You're listening to Liverpool Leeds on Talksport with Sky Sports. Don't forget that with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like Brentford against Tottenham, live tonight. Search Now Sports. 13 minutes played, and the ball is with Konate. Again, another player who started every single Premier League game for Liverpool. His long ball forward is a decent one, and there's a bit of grappling inside the box, and there's fury, I think, from Ekitike, feeling he was fouled. It may have been 6 to 1 and half a dozen of the other, but in the end Leeds get the ball clear. It's out for a throw on the far side. Ekitike's enraged, as is Florian Wirtz.
Yeah, to be fair, Leeds have played reasonably confidently, but every now and then when Liverpool have got them in awkward situations, especially in their back line, they've looked very nervous. Biol there was in panic stations. He should have just dealt with the ball firstly, and I tell you what, he's grappling, he's pulling, he's and he's been fortunate that Ekitike did not go to ground and created a chance for Wirtz, because if he had gone to ground, I think the referee gives a penalty, or VAR does.
Well, and that's one of those moments, isn't it? We talk about players staying on their feet and being honest. If he had gone to ground, they'd have had every right for a spot kick. Yeah,
exactly that. So I think officiating wise, we've got to understand what is a clear free kick and what isn't, and it's not just a case of when a player throws themselves on the floor that you just blow your whistle every time.
Well, rather bizarrely, the assist on the far side had flagged for this to be a throw to Leeds United, but it was a blocked shot from Wirtz that went straight into touch on that far side. So rightly Chris Kavanagh has intervened, and the throw-in has gone Liverpool's way, and it's taken short, and it's picked up in the middle of the park, and now out wide to this left-hand side. Good work from Grafenberg that time. Finds Van Dijk. Here's Wirtz on this near side, cutting in on his right foot. He's got some close attention on this occasion from Stack, but Wirtz just keeping the ball. The two Germans going toe-to-toe, and it's back once more with Van Dijk, with a little help from Curtis Jones, and patient build-up play from Liverpool, who look to work it via Konate inside the centre circle. Clip ball to this left-hand side is nice to Wirtz. Now on the charge is Robertson, who's going to be penalised for a foul that time at the edge of the penalty area. James Justin, the player who went down very easily. Chris Kavanagh in a good position though, and gives the free kick Leeds United's way.
Yeah, good decision, good set-up play there by Wirtz, and Robertson just had his ground taken by the Leeds defender Justin, and Justin just went to ground with contact. Good decision.
It's been tough on the road so far for Leeds United. 5 points from now, 9 Premier League away games so far. It's only Wolves and Burnley who've managed to garner fewer on the road in the Premier League this season. That's despite the upturn in form. They've drawn their last 2 though. Brentford and Sunderland managing to get 1-1 draws from both of those games, of course, courtesy of those goals from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. If you are just joining us, he's amongst the substitutes tonight for Leeds United, despite the fact, of course, that he scored 7 goals in his last 6 Premier League games, 8 for the campaign, and was looking to try and score in a 7th consecutive match for Leeds United. But he's on the bench, and we may yet see him before the night is out. Curtis Jones and Ugo Ekitike. Bit of a mix-up, and the ball ends up in touch on this near side in the arms of Daniel Farke for a Leeds United throw.
Yeah, I think Liverpool have got to keep asking questions of this Leeds backline. They looked a touch nervous on occasion when being taken on or dealing with situations that should be more comfortable to deal with, in my mind.
There's a little bit of hassling and grappling down below at the edge of the Leeds technical area over the throw, which is now gone the way of Liverpool, and it's Jones on halfway. And Jones has started the last 5 in the Premier League, having had a spell out the team, but he certainly ensconced himself back in that midfield with some really good performances. Adrian mentioned to you before we started today that it's a big few months for him. Well, he's done okay in the last few weeks, that's for sure. Try and get on that plane to North America, of course, otherwise he'll be listening to it all unfold on Talksport throughout the summer. Every game at the World Cup we'll have live for you. There's a lovely ball into the box from Frimpong. Bradley had made the inside run in that inside channel on the right hand side, but just couldn't control the ball, and it's out of play for what will be a goal kick away to our left hand side.
Yeah, I think a lot's going to be needed from Frimpong in this game, because in the wide areas, if it's congested in the middle, and we've seen Ekatike's got the ability to receive and go past people, but on the width as well, they need players to go past people. Wirtz, not sure it's his forte really, dribbling, taking players on. He's decent, but they should be able to deal with him. But the other side, Frimpong has been beyond his wing back on occasion, needs to keep doing that.
Well, I mentioned the 4 Premier League games we have for you tonight across the Talksport network. We've actually got the 5th one as well, Saturday lunchtime. We're underway, of course, from 11 o'clock, 12:30 kick-off at Villa Park. Villa against Forest, both sides needing the points for very obvious reasons. Villa looking to bounce back after that defeat you may have heard live on Talksport on Tuesday night against Arsenal. And Forest, well, because they want to put some distance between themselves and the bottom 3 in the Premier League. That's live Saturday. Back to tonight. Wirtz, edge of the penalty area. Infield he goes to Jones. He's got Robertson out wide, but Jones towards the byline, keeps it alive nicely. Chance for Robertson to deliver a cross, but instead goes back to Florian Wirtz down this left-hand side, who goes inside one, tries to skip inside a second, but Anton Stack did well. But the support arriving from Szoboszlai was decent, and Liverpool can gather possession once more. Jones has it midway inside the Leeds United half. Liverpool all in red, it's all in white for Leeds, as this fixture has offered up so many times between these two sides. As I mentioned at the start, Liverpool have beaten Leeds. In fact, Leeds have lost to Liverpool more times than any other team they've played in football. That's a lovely ball in that's controlled nicely by Ekatike inside the box, but the offside flag was up anyway, and it wouldn't have counted had any action happened after that. Decent bit of hold-up play from the French forward, and it will be a free kick again for Leeds United inside their own penalty area. What have you made of it so far in the opening 20 minutes?
Well, I think Leeds will be quite pleased. They've had a couple of, probably 2 moments where you thought they look a little bit nervous at the back dealing with things, but apart from that they've been okay. Had a couple of opportunities to counter-attack early on in the game. Liverpool building up and obviously had the lion's share of the ball, but they failed to sort of get in behind Leeds readily enough, I don't think, and they've run aground a little bit on this left-hand side, Liverpool, because they've not got a natural wide player to really go one-on-one with somebody and take them on. On the other side, Frimpong, a lot is going to be needed from him to do that, to be that person.
Szoboszlai's done well to win that ball that was just hanging in the air around the centre circle. He looked to try and set Bradley away, but again, it's good defensive work from Gabriel Gudmundsson on that far side. Only 1 game he's not started in the Premier League for Leeds United. Cost £10 million from Lille in the summer, and has been very impressive so far. Here's Wirtz on this left-hand side, edge of the box. It's Jones on the charge here, into a shooting position. Curtis Jones takes a deflection and is comfortably gathered away to our left-hand side by Lucas Perry. We are in the 20th minute, and as ever around Anfield, the applause for Diogo Jota as the fans rise to their feet to pay their respects to their lost star from the summer of 2025. Liverpool have it on this left-hand side again.
Yeah, I think the statement that I've made in regard to the width and players going past players, you're thinking back to the likes of Mane and Diaz and Salah, that all have the ability, one-on-one or even two-on-one, have got the ability to go past and expose. And I think They're lacking that a little bit with this lineup, Liverpool.
I think we all thought Wirtz would flourish in that 10 role, but in his 8 games he started there, he's not contributed anything in terms of goals or assists to this Liverpool side. But the form in the last 3 games, when he's been in that wide left area, has been much better. And you and I talked to Newcastle, actually, when we were talking about Liverpool, but, you know, he's a clever player, isn't he? And you can see maybe it's just starting to come together for him.
Oh, yeah, he's quality. He deals with the ball. He's a safe haven for the football, that is for sure. Good interaction out this side, but Leeds have got players behind the ball, and they're stifling this area of the pitch, and Liverpool have not been behind that back line.
Far side again on the charge is Frimpong, infield, but again it's cut off by 2 white shirts that just converge around him as he has possession of the ball midway inside the Leeds United half. So a slight change in formation that we expected from Leeds United, with only the one striker really. Aronson is playing in that midfield role as well at times, just to create more of a kind of 5-4, encouraging Liverpool just to try and find ways of breaking it down. And so far, in the opening 22 and a half minutes here, they've not managed it. They've given the ball away again here. Ampadu's ball out wide to this right-hand side is intercepted, and Liverpool win it back in a scrappy spell of play.
If I was Liverpool, I'd be tempted when Leeds come on a full court press when Alisson's got it, and they leave one-on-one with Ekitike, with one of the central defenders. I'd be tempted to put the ball up. We've seen already the one long ball they've played caused absolutely panic with Biol at the heart of their back line.
Konate gives it short to Van Dijk as Liverpool look to build again from halfway. It's with Curtis Jones. Now some room maybe for Van Dijk to step forward. Instead he goes short into the feet of Jones. Robertson is out wide on this left-hand side. He's been in and out this team throughout this Premier League campaign. The majority of the time, though, Kirkes has held that left-back berth. He's showing a really good understanding with Wirtz the other day against Wolves, but Robertson gets the nod today as they try to manage the minutes at this busy time of the season. Header away that time by Bornau at the edge of the penalty area, and this will be left to run into the arms of the former Brazilian youth international Lucas Perry, who's in the Leeds goal away to our left-hand side. Almost 26 minutes played. You listen to Liverpool Leeds on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it. As the ball is played out short from the back. Leeds looking to try and build. Good pressure from Konate. Wins the first challenge excellently. Then finds Gravenberch and it almost spins away to Szoboszlai. Then Frimpong closing in inside the penalty area. But Pascal Struijk shows all his experience and just calmly plays it back to Perry. But Liverpool win it back again on halfway. And Bradley is just bundled out the way by the physicality of Daniel Farke's Leeds United side. And they have possession on this near side. Left-footed ball clipped forward by Justin, and it's headed clear by Konate and then picked up by Curtis Jones, and that's a poor pass by Jones. He was on his own around the centre circle. All he was trying to do was pick out Ekitike, but he found the foot on this near side of James Justin, and it's into touch off Konate, and Leeds have a throw midway inside the Liverpool half.
Yeah, as I say, I think Leeds are looking rather confident within the set-up at the moment. Liverpool a little bit slow, I would say, on the build-up. And when they are getting the ball into the advanced areas, Leeds are back in numbers and dealing with any potential problems.
Right now over on Talksport 2, don't forget Crystal Palace taking on Fulham, still 0-0 there as well. Brentford against Spurs to come here once we're done. And on Talksport 2 tonight, Sunderland against Manchester City as Pep's side try to keep the heat closing in on Arsenal. And I wonder what Pep makes of what's gone on today with Enzo Maresca and his departure from Chelsea. I see one of the stories doing the rounds is that he had to tell the Chelsea ownership that he was in conversations at times with Manchester City about should Pep decide to leave. Part of his contract, apparently, is one of the stories doing the rounds. Of course, you can find the latest on that and more via the website, of course. And we'll keep you updated on all the transfer dealings as well, now that window's open. Long throw here into the box. Ampadu, well flicked on for Leeds United, but there's a high boot involved, and the referee immediately gives the free kick to Liverpool. It was Bradley who was diving in, and in the end, it's a chance for Liverpool to clear their lines. But again, another side Leeds with a decent throw from distance.
Yeah, it certainly was. As I say, threw it in there. Everyone's jumped and missed it, and then when it's bounced in and around the penalty spot, I've got to say, Bradley very, very brave diving to clear it with his head.
Earlier this week, of course, we saw Aaron Briggs leave Liverpool. He was brought in as a development coach in 2024. He became their set-piece coach in September. Gone already. Liverpool with a -9 goal difference when it comes to set pieces. Conceded 12 and scored just 3. And that's an area that Leeds will try to exploit this evening, that's for sure. Throwing on this near side for Liverpool. Right in front of the Leeds United dugout, and all in black is the arms folded figure of Daniel Farke, who will be very happy, I suspect, with the opening 27 minutes here at Anfield, as it remains 0-0 on Talksport.
It's amazing when you look at those stats. You're talking a 9-point swing potentially there with that. You know, put 9 points on Liverpool's tally. Where does that put them in the division? Potentially top or certainly very close to it.
Suddenly set pieces have become a huge thing in the Premier League, and Liverpool feel like they've been left behind. It's Wirtz down this left hand side on his right foot, edge of the penalty area, just forced wide by good defending by James Justin. Konate will look to find Frimpong on that far side. That seems to be the more profitable side right now for Liverpool, because he's on the charge towards the byline, gets his cross away. It's dealt with by Pascal Struijk, and it's out for a corner for Liverpool on that far side.
This is the creation I'm talking about on either side. He's come out to Wirtz on this side, and he's faced up with Justin. He's not got a trick to beat him really, unless you're a bad defender or give your wicket away cheaply. The ball gets switched to Frimpong. He's got the ability to go past people with a sort of show and tell, but he's not delivered the crosses as yet, has he?
Certainly hasn't. A chance for Robertson to deliver a decent cross from the corner here for Liverpool on that right hand side, left-footed. This one's going to be in swinging under the bar, you think. Put some pressure here on Lucas Perry in that Leeds United goal. Just waits for a moment. And Chris Kavanagh was just waiting. Now they're ready to take it. Robertson does swing it in, and it's a powerful header away that time. Bornau did well. Liverpool still have it, and they've still got bodies forward. One of them's Van Dijk, left edge of the box, floats a crossover. It's just flicked up in the air via a deflection and comfortably cleared for Leeds United up to halfway. And it's no surprise that I think Aronson was looking for the free kick, but the assistant and Chris Kavanagh not in the slightest bit interested. And it's with Liverpool again on that far side, their right hand side, attacking the Anfield Road end in this first half. They'll obviously be shooting at their beloved Kop in the second 45 minutes. Frimpong back to Szoboszlai, infield to Konate. It's been the story really of most of the opening half an hour here. Clip over the top for a run that had been made by Robertson, but he was offside. Not his forte, Andy Robertson, trying to beat offside traps, and on that occasion it's got the better of him. So it'll be a free kick for Leeds. We've had 29.5 minutes here. It's Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. That other game that's going on right now in South London. Let's head to Selhurst Park and get an update on Palace against Fulham from Ian Abrahams.
It's Palace 0, Fulham 0, but Fulham the better side here. Palace look nervous and tired. Fulham have one really great chance. Ball in from the left-hand side from Kevin. Smash goal was by Wilson and saved by Henderson in the Palace goal. It's live on Talksport 2. It's Palace 0, Fulham 0.
It's one game in the Championship this evening as well. That was also a 5:30 kickoff. It's Sheffield United against Leicester. Chris Hull.
Heading into the 31st minute, Sheffield United 0, Leicester 0. All three best chances falling to the home side. A Bamford volley, Andre Brooks just looping over, and then Bamford again should score, but he hits his shot straight at Leicester keeper Stolarczyk. Blades 0, Foxes 0.
So without a goal in the 3 games, kicking off at 5:30 this evening. We'll hope for better fare as well after 8 o'clock tonight, when we've got a couple more Premier League games for you as well, but maybe that's about to change here. Leeds on the attack down that left hand side. Goodmanson on the charge towards the edge of the penalty area. Aronson runs outside of him, then just cuts back in field once more. Gruev's there. Here's Ampadu, 35 yards out from goal, and it's worked backwards this time by Nemecha on this near side, and it's now picked up once more, and looking to come forward on the attack is Biol. He's got it back inside his own half, and Leeds happy just to keep the ball for a few moments. They haven't seen it for a while, and in the end Pascal Struijk's ball forward is a waste, and it's to Bradley, who's got time to find Alisson away to our right hand side. Oh, poor pass from Alisson. Drilled shot comes in all and on the ground from Ampadu from 35 yards out. It was a dreadful pass out from Alisson, and he almost paid the price for it, but in the end he can comfortably make the save in the middle of his 6-yard area.
Well, it was that Leeds press again, very, very good. They've turned the ball over, and it's come out to Ampadu, And I've got to say, he took it first time. I'm not sure that was the best option. I'm really not. Maybe he had time enough to take a touch and deliver a bit more violence on the ball.
Well, he scored his first ever league goal against Crystal Palace in December. That was in 188 career appearances.
Message received.
Yeah, so...
Well, I think it was good effort then.
It was, yeah, in that case it wasn't too bad.
He got it on target.
Down this left-hand side, it's Curtis Jones for Liverpool. It remains 0-0, 32 minutes played on Talksport at Anfield. Right-footed ball swung out by Van Dijk. Lovely crossfield pass that time to the feet of Frimpong, who puts it down that far touchline for Bradley. He gets the cross away right into the danger zone of the 6-yard area, and it's an outstretched boot that time from Biol. He gets it clear, but not fully clear. Verts at the edge of the penalty area, pokes it backwards towards Canate. Now out wide to the right. Gravenberch is there. Infield it goes to Verts. Verts trying to slip it through towards Ekitike and Soboslai, who made the run. But in the end, it's blocked out for Leeds United. But again, they've conceded possession. Canate on the charge towards the edge of the penalty area. Robertson, delightful cross through the 6-yard area, beyond everyone. Frimpong keeps it alive, cuts onto his left foot, hits the shot. Oh, Ekitike, 4 yards out. All he had to do was head it goalwards. He's headed it back across the 6-yard area, and it's out on the far side for a throw to Liverpool.
Oh, I've got to say, Frimpong's done really well retrieving the ball, recycling the attack, and he smashed one across. Admittedly, he's put a little bit of pace on the ball, but Ekitike, wow, really, he only had to divert it goalwards, and that's a cert.
That had the sort of violence that was probably required up the other end for Ampadu's shot earlier. Here's Van Dijk down this right-hand side. Well, Ekitike may have just been able to divert that ball goalwards. Frimpong again on that far side. He's having an impact on this game in that more advanced position that we've seen today. 11 and a half minutes to go to half-time. 0-0 it remains. Liverpool in the ascendancy and creating some havoc inside that Leeds penalty area on a few occasions. Soboslai has got two around him immediately every time he's on the ball. Finds Canate. Lovely pass through to Ugo Ekitike. To the right-hand side to Frimpong. Frimpong on an angle, midway inside the Leeds half. Gives it short to Gravenberch. He will just pick it up and then go to Van Dijk. Loads of room down this left-hand side for Robertson. It was his peach of a ball across the 6-yard area that no one was arriving to try and tap home before Frimpong's drilled ball, and that's given away by Gravenberch, not like him. And there's a charge on down that right-hand side. Frimpong will try and get there first, but Pascal Strike takes the easy option, puts it into touch. Throw taken quickly by Liverpool. Bradley away from two. Lovely little turn on that right-hand side. They are keeping possession very nicely with Curtis Jones. Gravenberch again, short to Canate. There's space on the right for Frimpong. Bradley's there with him. Offside flag is up. Should know better. That will be a free kick for Leeds. It remains 0-0.
And what I'm seeing on the run of player at the moment, if Liverpool fail to score and Leeds get their nose in front, it's going to be very, very nervous here. That will play right into Leeds' hands, defending deep and keeping the ball out. But Liverpool at the moment, they've had a couple of near misses, but for me, I don't think they've really dominated chances around Leeds' area, to be quite honest with you. Leeds will be quite happy with the run of the game.
Seeing a lot of the ball, aren't they, without actually creating clear-cut opportunities.
That cutting edge of an individual to go past someone and deliver a telling ball, potentially in the wide areas.
Leeds just trying to work this at the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. That tenacity almost paying off, but then Soboslai gets it away. Frimpong's got the pace to get the better of Pascal Strike. He's got Ekitike in the middle. He's also got Verts, edge of the penalty area. Dreadful first touch from Verts. The ball wasn't the best from Frimpong, and it's a free kick anyway.
Yeah, that was better. Frimpong's pace there, outstanding to get on the ball. He's pulled it to the edge of the box, and Verts sort of trying to bring the ball down. That enabled the Leeds defenders to recover to slot.
There's a bouncing pass into Verts, wasn't it? Ekitike was in there as well, but he went for the pull back to the German who was at the edge of the penalty area. Just poor control, and in the end commits the foul, and it will give Leeds a chance to clear their lines. But it's a sign that Frimpong can get into those spots again. Now there's a goal in the Championship at Bramall Lane for Chris Holt.
36 minutes gone. Sheffield United 1, Leicester 0. This is thoroughly deserved. It's a corner from the right-hand side, and there's captain Tanganga to head home from just a couple of yards out. Blades 1, Foxes 0.
You've missed nothing here at Anfield, where it remains Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. For the latest odds, head to Betfair, the official betting partner of Talksport's Premier League coverage, where right now you can get Liverpool to win at 15-8 on, back Leeds to win at 7-1, or back the draw at 5-2. That's all thanks to Betfair, playing a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18+, gambleaware.org. Header on halfway is cleared away by Robertson. And now it's going to be taken down by Canate, who again just scoops a header up in the air. Vert with a clear push in the back. Chris Kavanagh says play on. I mean, he may have gone down quite comfortably that time, James Justin, but on this occasion, Chris Kavanagh didn't see the foul. I thought Vert had both hands in his back, but nonetheless, Liverpool have it far side. Bradley on a great run here from inside his own half, just maybe took it on a little too long, and Gabriel Goodmanson can intervene, the Swede. And now down that left-hand side, Aronson will just run the ball into touch, and it will be another throw on that far side for Liverpool.
Yeah, Leeds need to add to their build-up play, really. When they've turned the ball over, they've got back into slot, they need to reward themselves a little bit with a different phase of play. They've sort of run aground a little bit.
Already had the breaking news today of Enzo Maresca's departure from Chelsea here on Talksport. We have more. This has just reached us. Brennan Johnson has been given the green light to begin his medical ahead of a move to Crystal Palace from Tottenham Hotspur. If he passes the medical, he will be available for the Newcastle game Sunday the 4th. That's on, of course, at 3 p.m. And don't forget, for more on that breaking transfer news story, head over to talksport.com, where we'll keep you fully abreast of all the transfers through what's surely going to be a very busy January. Robertson, left-footed ball into the penalty area, evades everyone. Frimpong coming in at the back post, tried to get onto it, but in the end it's turned out of play for a throw on the far side, but the offside flag was up again.
Yeah, Robertson just straight offside, just caught out there. I wonder whether the Brendan Johnson opportunity to go and join Palace is suggesting that maybe Palace are turning money over with players going out the door in the opposite direction, and Gahey is obviously one of those. Maybe.
Yeah, potentially that will unfold, I think, over the next month or so, of course. Still waiting for news on Semenyo and that move to Manchester City, which everyone feels is fairly imminent. West Ham looking at bringing in a new striker as well from Gil Vicente in Portugal. Trying to have him available for Saturday with that big game against Wolves, of course, which you'll be able to follow on around the ground Saturday afternoon with Aid and the team, after we've brought you Villa against Forest at 12:30, live and exclusive to National Radio this Saturday lunchtime. Starting the new year in style with plenty of live football for you. Here's a chance towards the edge of the penalty area for Leeds. On the charge, decent run, no tackle incoming in the end. He's caught right at the edge of the D, but there's a head injury here which Chris Kavanagh has stopped play for. I thought the foul may have been on Anton Stack, but actually Kavanagh has gone to the Liverpool player who's down with a head injury.
Yeah, I think you're right. Leeds are not too happy. I thought there was a foul on the edge of the box, almost central on the arc. I'm really surprised. It was a flailing hand that's hit him, but a definite foul after that. For me, it should be a free kick to Leeds. I don't think it will be.
Yeah, I don't think Szoboszlai was particularly injured from that flailing arm. There's been a goal at Selhurst Park in the Premier League. Ian Abrahams.
39 gone. Palace 1, Fulham 0. Palace about to sign a right winger, but the cross came in from the right wing, and there was Mateta around about the far post, middle to far post, headed back from where it came and beyond the goalkeeper Leno into the back of the net. Crystal Palace 1, Fulham 0, live on Talksport 2.
It is indeed a reminder as well. Sheffield United ahead against Leicester as well. Stuart, you'll know better than me. Stack was moving at pace there. He's hardly touched Szoboszlai, hasn't he? I mean, I'm sure it probably hurts when there's pace involved and that kind of movement, but enough to take him down in that manner and call a head injury?
Well, for me, no. I think the referees, the trouble is they're under so much pressure at the moment. I almost feel sorry for them. They can't make calls that are anywhere near contentious. As someone, if they get 100 calls over a season, get one slightly wrong, all of a sudden they'll get sort of hung out to dry. So I feel sorry for them. But the bottom line is, I feel sorry for Leeds as well, because I think they deserve to have a free kick slightly after that. There was a foul. I'm not sure that flailing arm was enough to give a free kick for.
No, and he certainly hadn't blown the whistle when Stack went down at the edge of the box, so Daniel Farke will probably feel a little hard done by that. Of course, we'll speak to him after the game and find out if that's one of the incidents that irks him. Long way to go, as we're only 42 minutes into this game, of course. And everyone said about the goals in this, 19 in the last 5 games that Liverpool have played Leeds. Let's hope this one's going to spring to life in the second half.
Well, listen, Liverpool have just had a tough encounter with Wolverhampton, haven't they? So I think some of their fans will be thinking to themselves, I hope this first goal comes very soon. It's a critical period now going into half-time, certainly for Leeds United.
Liverpool have the free kick. Szoboszlai still wiping his mouth from that flailing arm of Stack, with his free kick midway inside the Leeds half to the right edge of the penalty area. All the big boys are up from the back as it's swung over to Van Dijk, who gets the header on it, but he just fires it high and over the top of the crossbar. No Premier League goal since May for Virgil van Dijk. Couple in the Champions League, but that was never troubling Lucas Perry.
How many did he score last year, do you know, Adam?
He did score quite a few, actually. I'll have a quick gander, 1 second. As they wait for Lucas Perry. I mean, the one thing we are seeing already is they're taking their time about everything. Leeds United, every goal kick is taking a while, and he's doing it once more, much to the annoyance of the home supporters, who are very frustrated by the fact that Perry, and we're not even at half-time yet, is already trying to kill some time. And last season Van Dijk got 5 goals in total, I think, in the Premier League. 6 in total throughout the season, including some of the international ones. He always makes a contribution. We haven't seen McAllister score yet this year either. He's just looked slightly off it for Liverpool too, hasn't he?
Yeah, as I say, there's too many of their players, I think, for their supporters liking, that have just been slightly off the pace, if you like. I mean, Van Dijk and Salah's form, compared to what they delivered last year, certainly at the back end of the season.
That's a lovely ball from Kanate. Ekitike couldn't quite get to it. They hit the shot first time. Keeps it alive to Jones. Inside the penalty area, Wirtz tries to get it down, but it's half cleared. They'll go again down this left-hand side with Robertson into the feet of Wirtz. He can't go to the byline though, doesn't have that pace, as Stuart was saying. Cuts back to Szoboszlai. Now Curtis Jones on his right foot. Thinks about delivering a ball in. Then he's heading towards the edge of the box, and again it's a pass that's off by about 2 or 3 yards, and it just sets Liverpool back inside their own penalty area.
Yeah, Liverpool, aside from probably Ekitike and Frimpong on occasion, they look a fantastic possession-based side without that real cutting edge that you expect from Liverpool. Liverpool can either play through you when they're on their pomp, or alternatively they can go route one very quickly. I'm not seeing that route one option at the moment from Liverpool's play.
Well, they've just gone direct for Frimpong on that far side, who's won the corner. Only Brentford have scored fewer goals from corners than Liverpool this season. This time it's going to be an outswinger, with Szoboszlai going over to take it. We are into the final few seconds of the first half on Talksport at Anfield. It remains Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. We're going to have 2 added minutes at the end of this half. Can Liverpool sneak themselves in front and score from a corner? A rare, momentous moment that would be so far in this Premier League campaign. Right-footed, Szoboszlai does swing it over and it evades everyone. Comes down to Wirtz. Wirtz hits the shot. Tight angle on this near side and sends it high and wide of the right-hand upright.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, at half-time, will Slot tinker with his team's formation a little bit to give him a little bit more threat in those wide areas, whatever that looks like. Is it Gakpo potentially on this left-hand side?
Well, he's fit again and potentially available. Just the one Premier League goal in 8 games for Cody Gakpo. That came against West Ham United. He's actually scored in the first game of every year for the last 2 seasons, has Gakpo. He'll be wanting to keep that up. He's amongst the substitutes today for Liverpool. McAllister there as well. Kirkes and Chiesa too, the more well-known members of the bench. Right-footed ball towards the back post from Nemecha. He's just got too much on it. No one coming in to attack as well, as he's the striker out wide in this right-hand channel. and it will be a goal kick for Liverpool away to our right-hand side.
Yeah, good build-up. He's put the angle of the ball that he's put in was decent, but he just needed to take a couple of ounces off it and put a little bit of curl on it, so it's going away from the goalkeeper and onto any players coming in at the far post.
Jamie O'Hara and Dean Saunders back tomorrow morning with Talksport Breakfast from 6 o'clock for you. You can, of course, watch the show on your smart TV or the Talksport YouTube channel. No excuse to miss it tomorrow morning from 6. Dino's Pearls of Wisdom this morning was certainly providing much amusement to our producer Declan on his way up to Anfield. And Jamie will back tomorrow. Infield it goes to Jones. Vert helps on his way. Ekitike does brilliantly to hold the defender off. Could be offside though. Vert trying to work his way through. Then the flag does go up in the end. And that should just be about it. The 2 minutes of added time have been played at the end of this opening 45 minutes.
Yeah, I look at Liverpool and compare them to last year, and the likes of Núñez and Diaz. This performance needs some high energy from Liverpool's point of view, and those two individuals certainly offered that alongside Salah, of course.
Chris Kavanagh says enough is enough, and the end of an opening 45 minutes. It's been a fairly even tussle between these two in terms of opportunities in and around the goal mouth as well. Alisson almost gave a chance to Ampadu, who fired his shot in, but Alisson recovered, having made the initial pass to him in the first place. Ekitike should probably have done better when he was in the 6-yard area with a header from a blasted Frimpong cross. But aside from that, there's not too much to talk about. I don't think either goalkeepers had to make a real save in anger in the opening 45 minutes here at Anfield. Half-time here on TalkSport. It's Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0.
Adam Bridge, thank you very much. Natalie Sawyer here at the G-Tech Community Stadium for our later kick-off, which is Brentford against Tottenham, a London derby. But let's look back on that first half with the former England defender, Stuart Pearce. How are you, Stuart, by the way? Happy New Year.
I'm very well. Happy New Year to you. All good?
Great. Yes, great to hear you. And let's look over then that first half. Goalless. Liverpool with more of the chances, but really it's a game just lacking that clinical finish.
Yeah, and set up play for the clinical finish as well, I think. I think Leeds will be quite happy with the way the game's gone. They've defended in numbers and dealt with any problems. Ekitike has been a problem when he's received the ball and got turned and run at players. That's caused a bit of panic in the back line, but the wide areas, Vert's one side, can't go past anyone. Very clever with his build-up play and his passing, but he can't go past someone one-on-one, and that's causing a problem. So they're getting nothing from the left-hand side, from the byline being pulled back, or alternatively, on the right-hand side, Frimpong's got the pace, but he's not found a decent cross into the box to really cause problems. So, but Liverpool comfortable. They've not really been under pressure defensively, but they look a little bit slow in the build-up, to be honest.
Well, I was going to say about a lack of energy, it feels. Is that going to be a cause for concern for Arne Slot, or is that something you can kind of build in this second half?
Well, I think it might be a change of personnel. Maybe, we got Verts on the left-hand side at the moment. Is it Gakpo's game, somebody that... And I think on the press as well, when Leeds press high and go full-court press, they're leaving one-on-one on the halfway line with Ekitike, but Liverpool are convinced they need to play out and play through. That's what they do. Sometimes you've just got to deliver a long ball and let it be a fight ball, because Ekitike's got the ability and the power to retain the ball and cause real problems one-on-one.
And you mentioned, obviously, Daniel Farke's no doubt going to be happy. And when you look at the run that they're on currently, they're going to be, they're unbeaten in their last 5. If they can come away with something from this game, that'll be unbeaten in 6. I mean, what a sort of month they're sort of having at this current moment in time. When you think about, not that long ago, we were talking about Daniel Farke's position being questioned, and yet they're pulling away from the relegation zone, 7 points at this current moment with this draw at Anfield. He's not doing a too bad job right now.
Yeah, I've been quite astounded now. I've got to say that people are questioning what he's doing. We're getting the team up last year, doing exactly what he did last year. Was a fantastic achievement. I think, he's got them outside the relegation zone. They're playing reasonably well, mate. They've beaten Chelsea recently. They've had some really good results on the road as well. I think that's a tough call. And the way they're playing at the moment, they're playing with the ball, reasonable confidence. They're lacking a little bit real cutting edge going forward. That's missing from their game here, but their game and their performance at Anfield is going to be based on what they do defensively.
All right, Stuart, we'll let you have a little break during this half-time, but for now, thank you very much. Let's check in with the half-time score at Selhurst Park, where it's another London derby. Crystal Palace against Fulham. Here's Ian Abrahams.
Palace 1, Fulham 0. The goal scored by Jean-Philippe Mateta. Really good play down the right-hand side by Nathaniel Klein, and a vicious ball in as well. Mateta with his header back across goal. Bert Leno, absolutely no chance of saving it really, and into the back of the net. This is just as news was breaking of Brennan Johnson, perhaps on the verge of joining Palace, going for his medical this afternoon. Palace actually have been second best to that point. Harry Wilson had a shot saved by Henderson. He had a subsequent effort also saved by the Palace goalkeeper, and on numerous occasions Fulham have got in and around the Palace penalty area without managing to get past the England goalkeeper, but at the other end they have a goal scorer, Jean-Philippe Mateta, and he is the difference half-time between these two sides. Second half will be live on Talksport 2. It's Crystal Palace 1, Fulham 0.
Ian, thank you very much. What has been a busy old day of EFL action, there is one game taking place in the Championship. It is our half-time as well at Bramall Lane. So let's find out how that first half finished up between Sheffield United and Leicester. Chris Hull. Sheffield United 1, Leicester 0. The Blades won 3-2 in this corresponding fixture at Leicester just 33 days ago, and United thoroughly deserved to lead this one at the break. 3 fantastic early chances for the Blades. The first falling to Bamford, a volley from a tight angle, well saved by Stolarczyk. Local Sheffield lad, the impressive Andre Brooks, with a second chance looping a shot just over. Then Bamford again with an effort from 12 yards. He should have found the back of the net, but the former Leeds man shot straight at the Leicester keeper. However, the home side finally got their reward less than 10 minutes before the break. A corner from the right, poor marking, and Captain Tanganga heads home from close range. The hosts have wholly dominated this first 45 minutes. The Blades 1, Foxes 0. Chris, thank you. So 3 games for us to keep you right up to date with right now. On the way, we'll bring you the second half from Anfield, where there's no goals as of yet between Liverpool and Leeds. It's live on Talksport.
Game day exclusive on Talksport with Sky Sports. Stream a massive month of sport this January on Sky Sports with a Now month membership. 18 plus, stream our internet, terms apply.
It's another day at Screwfix, and Mo Farah is still getting to grips with things.
So, Mo, with Sprint Delivery, we get the order to them in as little as 20 minutes. Okay? Mo? Mo?
Done. He was on the 18th floor.
Nice work. But, you know we use delivery riders, right?
Oh, now you tell me.
Sprint it in as little as 20 minutes. Screwfix. No stopping you. Conditions and geographical restrictions apply.
We all fantasize about our perfect home. Watching the big game, cozied up in the snug.
Another 7-0 win!
Balmy summer nights with the kids playing on the lawn.
We're playing real-life football!
But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of April 2024 and 30th of June 2024 was under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
Imagine a place where you can escape for a day. Get immersed in a world of rooms, inspiration and expertise. Where you can laze in luxury accommodation. And kids can feast from 95 pence. Tickets are free to everyone and include all the attractions. You've just imagined a day out at IKEA. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
He's having a blinder. He's clipped the post. He's looking formidable. Then... substitution. His game might be over, but yours isn't. With Betfair's Safe Sub, your bet simply rolls onto the player coming on. Playing a different league with Betfair.
Valid on selected leagues and markets only. Applies to singles, multiples and bet builder bets on qualified player outcome selections. Does not apply to odds boost. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Don't miss any of the tungsten tipped top flight action as the biggest names in darts jockey at the hockey for world domination. The PDC World Darts Championship on Talksport and Talksport 2. With Village Hotels. Get live commentary throughout the entire tournament on Talksport 2. Plus full, unrivaled coverage of the final from Ali Pally on Talksport. The PDC World Darts Championship live on Talksport and Talksport 2 with Village Hotels. Dine out, stay, work out, play.
Hi, just leaving work now. Sorry it's a bit loud. Basically, so I was thinking we could get Mackies tonight. Had a Big Mac on my mind all day, and delivery fee on the app is now from 99p. So, you in? Of course you are. Love you. Bye.
Exclusively on the McDonald's app. 18 plus. Service fee and small order fee may apply. Participating restaurants. Serving times and T's and C's apply.
Game day exclusive on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
I'm Jeff Stelling. Strap yourself in for a spectacular Sunday, crammed full of live football on Talksport and Talksport 2. From 12 noon, get supercharged full match commentary of Birmingham versus Coventry in the West Midlands derby, live on Talksport 2.
How about that?
With an explosive Premier League showdown between Leeds and Manchester United, live and exclusive on Talksport. It's a fully combustible Sunday afternoon of 5-star football on Talksport and Talksport 2.
This is Game Day exclusive on Talksport. We're bringing you Liverpool against Leeds. No goals as of yet in this game, but the second half to come. Let's get the latest from Betfair, the official betting partner of Talksport's Premier League coverage.
Odds update on Talksport with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
So at half-time at Anfield, live here on Talksport, it is still Liverpool 0, Leeds 0. The Reds now are 6-4 on to win the draw, best price at 2-1. And Leeds, if you think they can win this one, are at 7s. And over on Talksport 2, Crystal Palace lead Fulham by a goal to 0, and Palace are 9-4 on to win this one. The draw is 3-1. Fulham to come back and win it. You can get that at a best price of 8-1. That's all thanks to Betfair. It's 18 and over, gambleaware.org.
Odds update on Talksport with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
So this New Year's Day, we brought you plenty of football, and there's 2 more games to come across the TalkSport network. Here at the G-Tech Community Stadium, we'll be bringing you Brentford against Tottenham, Sunderland against Manchester City, you can find on TalkSport 2. But let's check in with our commentator for this match here in West London, Joe Shannon. Good evening to you. Happy New Year to you, Joe. Just to talk about this game then, Brentford against Tottenham. Clearly, the Thomas Frank derby is how we got to call it.
It's exciting, isn't it? Yes, Happy New Year to you. I can see Thomas Frank striding across the pitch at the moment, the pitch that he used to own virtually in his 7 years at Brentford. A lot of reunification taking place. He's saying hi to people that he knows really well. He was saying hi to the man who does the PA here at Brentford. So many familiar faces for Thomas Frank. What I really like, Natalie, about what he said in the build-up to this game is he didn't do the usual thing that so often players and managers do and say it's just another game. In fact, he said the exact opposite. He said it can't be business as usual tonight. It is special. And of course, he was the man who took Brentford into the top flight, stabilised them as a Premier League club in the first place. And I must say, I think he deserves the best of receptions tonight from the Brentford fans. Everything he did for the club. And actually, I think the way that he left as well was very dignified. To me, 100% he deserves a top reception.
I hope so too, and I'd like to think he will do as well. You know what some fans are like. There are partisans. There's no one better than your club, of course. So there might be the odd scattering, shall we say, of boos. But I think in the main he'll get a great reception. It is obviously, when I hear the kind of reaction he's getting from Tottenham fans, very mixed. It has had an indifferent start, not an easy start. But as a Brentford fan who has enjoyed Thomas Frank as a manager and seen what he's been able to do, it's quite devastating in a way to see the reaction some Tottenham fans are having towards him, knowing he has brought us such joy. And do you know what I can't stand, Joe, is the fact there's often this negativity. Well, he came for Brentford. That's why he's not able to do the job at Tottenham.
Well, I think we know that the problems at Tottenham have been entrenched for some time. I mean, we saw that in the latter part of last season under Ange Postecoglou, albeit, of course, Spurs were putting almost all their energy into the Europa League. It's not a quick fix. It's a job that is going to take some time to turn around. And I think Thomas Frank has to be given that time. Whether he will get it, and we know, I mean, what we've seen at Chelsea today in the Premier League, time is not a great commodity for managers, really. Certainly not these days. Just a quick word on Brentford as they are now, Natalie. You know how good Keith Andrews has been. I mean, you were absolutely right to say a few moments ago, there's nobody bigger than any club, even Thomas Frank. So the fact that Keith Andrews has come in, hit the ground running, and they're actually better off than at this stage last season says a lot. He is doing a terrific job.
It certainly has been our best start to a Premier League season, certainly under Keith Andrews. But that game is to come. An 8 o'clock kickoff here at the G-Tech Community Stadium, as it is at the Stadium of Light. Let's take you there to our commentary team for Talksport 2 as they take on Manchester City. It is John Dunn and Mickey Gray. Evening to you both. What kind of game are you expecting, Mickey Gray?
An exciting one. Happy New Year to you, Natalie. A very exciting game, I have to say. Just off air, myself and John have just been having a conversation. I think the one thing that worries me for Sunderland, albeit they haven't lost here at the Stadium of Light, is 6 players at AFCON. Dan Ballard could be missing tonight as well. We'll find it out when the team news comes out in about 15-20 minutes' time. And I think you've got a resurgent Man City who are absolutely flying at the moment and need to stay on the coattails of Arsenal at the top of the table. So that side of it worries me from the Sunderland perspective. But I still think it's going to be an electric atmosphere in this stadium tonight, and 2 sides that I think will actually go for the win.
We look forward to that, Mickey. For now, thank you very much. For Talksport 2, you can tune into that game at the Stadium of Light, kicking off at 8. The Liverpool team making their way out right now at Anfield then for our game here on Talksport, the game day exclusive. They're taking on Leeds. Let's hand you to your commentary team then for this one. The former England defender Stuart Pearce is alongside Adam Bridge.
Thank you very much, Natalie. Welcome back to Anfield then, as we hope for a second half with maybe a little more goalmouth action than we witnessed in the opening 45 minutes. It's as you were. Stuart's been peering down on the warm-up drills and the returning drills at half-time. Wasn't a thing in your day, was it, when you used to come out from half-time? Do a little bit of warm-up then? It was just get on the pitch, get on with it.
I always used to play, so I never used to warm up at half-time, Bridget. Don't try and stoke me up, fella. It's a personal insult to be warming up at half-time.
Apologies. Here we go, off and running then, start of the second half. And it's Liverpool who are kicking towards the Kop, as ever, in this second 45 minutes here at Anfield. And immediately in possession and on the attack. I'll run you through the 2 teams as they are the same as what started the game today. So if you are just switching on and wondering how Dominic Calvert-Lewin's got on, has he managed to score yet? Well, no, because it's still 0-0 and he's on the bench. But here's Frimpong, excellent ball, left edge of the penalty area, Wirtz onto his left foot, and then just plays it backwards when surely it would have been easier to have hit a shot earlier. Did the back heel, and in the end they've got it back, Liverpool, with Frimpong. Wirtz is outside it, he's going alone this time, I think, gives it to Wirtz on his left foot, plays the ball across, intercepted by Grueff inside the penalty area and cleared over halfway. Fast start from Liverpool, but should have been better.
It should. 2 brilliant opportunities to get finishes away, and they didn't test the keeper once, Wirtz overplaying, Frimpong leaving a pass short as well. But well done to Frimpong, I've got to say, driving with a ball full of energy. Well done to him.
Liverpool team have Alisson in goal. It's Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson at the back. Gravenberch and Jones in midfield with Frimpong, Szoboszlai and Wirtz supporting Ekitike, who is up top. Leeds with Perry in goal. Bornau, Biol and Strike is their back 3. Justin, Gruev, Ampadu, Stack and Gudmundsson across midfield with Aronson in behind. Nemecha is how they line up. The substitutes available for Liverpool include Kirkes, McAllister, Chiesa and Gakpo, and of course remember Gamo, who scored that great goal in stoppage time up at Newcastle to win an absolute thriller. He's amongst the substitutes as well today for Liverpool. Calvert-Lewin, Okafor, Nonto, etc. Tanaka, Jayden Bogle, who's missing from the starting lineup for the first time this season for Leeds as well. They are the options available to Daniel Farke. It's Grueff, who's making only his fifth start of the season, but his second against Liverpool. Wins the throw for Leeds down this left-hand side. Much talk at half-time in the corridors around Anfield about the disappointment of not really challenging Leeds enough in that first half inside the penalty area. It was a view that was very much shared by us up here on the gantry at Anfield. They need to see a little bit more in and around that penalty area, maybe getting a few more shots away early if they're going to get themselves ahead in this game. That's nice from Lucas Nemecha. Did really well and has support around him out wide on this left-hand side from Aronson. He'll just go back towards Grueff. Grueff infield, inside the centre circle. It's picked up nicely by Biol. Back to Strike. Wide to this left-hand side where Gudmundsson's waiting. Infield again. Patient to keep the ball, Leeds. The results improved when the formation changed. Very much a flat four-man was Daniel Farke in the Championship. Changed it to a 3. Funnily enough, 5.5 games ago, and the points have been racked up since then in a 5-game unbeaten run.
Yeah, they've looked a little bit nervous at the back when they have been isolated one-on-one. Ekitike being the main culprit to causing them a problem, but you can see why they've switched to a 5. Limit the spaces.
Missing Rodon tonight as well with an ankle injury. He's started every single game and been very impressive for Leeds United this season, the Welsh international. And of course will be trying to win his country a place at the World Cup next summer in those playoffs coming up in March.
This game has got all the hallmarkings of a 1-0, but I'm not sure which way. You would edge on Liverpool, but I don't see where the breakthrough's coming from at present.
Here's Curtis Jones for Liverpool, striding over halfway where he finds Florian Wirtz, who gets the ball caught under his feet. Gone for the glove option today as Florian Wirtz, a bit like yourself there, Stu. It's forward by Jones again. Out wide on that left-hand side, Robertson, midway inside the Leeds United half. The Scotsman who will, of course, be heading to that World Cup. And it's given away that time. That's poor from Wirtz. They've worked hard to try and win it back, but Leeds do gather possession. Strike from the edge of his own penalty area will clip a ball down this left-hand side. Gudmundsson's going to try and get the better of Frimpong, who's been forced back in this second half. One of the first times in the game, really, that we've seen him back having to defend. Gudmundsson's done brilliantly here to hold the ball up. He wants a foul. Chris Kavanagh not interested. Bradley's overrun it. He's clattered into by Pascal Strike, and it's a little delay and then a foul from Gudmundsson at the edge of the penalty area on Gravenberch, and that will be a free kick for Liverpool. I think Conor Bradley felt he should have got one about 5 seconds before.
Yeah, I think it was a fair challenge, but Bradley, it was a fair challenge, but as I say, there was just an arm up there for protection more than aggression, I would say, and by Stoic, and he's just caught one in the face.
He's up and about. Everyone's okay to continue. 5.5 minutes gone in the second half on Talksport. It's Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. Palace still ahead against Fulham over on Talksport 2 right now. You can switch between those games if you have the Talksport app, the live commentaries tab in the corner. You might need it later tonight because we bring you Brentford against Spurs here on Talksport. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff. Sunderland against Man City also underway at 8 o'clock on Talksport 2. We'll have team news for both of those games coming in around about 5 minutes or so. And don't forget the darts as well. That continues tonight. Second set of quarterfinals. Already today, Ryan Searle has made his way through, as has Gary Anderson, into those semi-finals. Littler in action tonight, and also Luke Humphreys as well. They're both playing in the evening session at Ali Pali, and you can listen to that via the app and via the Darts YouTube page as well. We've got you covered. There's a game in the Championship that have gone underway at 5:30 today. They've got an early goal in the second half. Chris Hull?
Yes, that's right. 52 gone. It's now Sheffield United 2, Leicester 0. Andre Brooks, the local Sheffield lad, absolutely sensational on this right-hand side. He pulls the ball back to Tom Cannon, who fires home from the edge of the box. Blades 2, Foxes 0.
I was about to say you never quite know what you're getting from Leicester City, but I think the same probably applies to Sheffield United as well, having seen them get beaten on Boxing Day by Wrexham 5-3, but a good win for Chris Wilder's side to back up the victory against Stoke, which came on Monday night as well. I think it was Monday night. I'm not too sure what day of the week it is, if we're honest.
He's done a super job, hasn't he, Chris Wilder there, would you say? Incredible, coming back in and lifting them up the table.
Well, he's found a little gem in Patrick Bamford, I think. There's no two ways about that. A couple of the freebie finds of the season in Calvert-Lewin and Bamford. 7 minutes gone in this second half. Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. Here's Gravenberch up towards halfway. having a decent season. Goal against Wolves was his first since the beginning of November. He's actually only scored 5 Premier League goals in his career. 4 of them have been so far this season. That's the impact he's had in that Liverpool midfield this campaign, in the absence of the likes of McAllister finding the net regularly. Edge of the penalty area with Szoboszlai, just works it back and converts again out wide to this right hand side. Frimpong goes early with the cross, coming in for the header with Szoboszlai, but it's well defended by Pascal Struijk again. It's with Robertson to the left hand edge of the box. Jones is there, 35 yards out from goal. Right-footed ball clipped in, headed goalwards in the end. Was it by Bradley? Bradley maybe with a chance to get a shot away or a cross. He tries the cross from a tight angle at the byline and wins his side a corner.
Yeah, decent ball in there by Jones, and it created a little bit of nervousness around that back post. It was 2-on-2, and the ball just ended up cannoning off, and Liverpool building another attack.
Yeah, they've taken it short. Frimpong here, out wide on this right-hand side. Birch in a dangerous area, 25 yards out. Szoboszlai back inside to him again. Frimpong this time is in a central position, but Szoboszlai's on the charge towards the edge of the box, outside of the right, but delightful cross to the back post. Van Dijk was looking for it, had to be headed away, and it was very well dealt with by Bio on that occasion.
Yeah, it looks as though it's going to take maybe a wonder effort from outside the box potentially to break the deadlock here. Certainly Liverpool got the players with the ability to do that.
Actually stacked clearance in the end, and it was a decent one. Szoboszlai 30 yards out, the cries of shoot. He scored a few from there, clips the ball instead to the left hand edge of the box. Wirtz is there, pulls that one back. Bradley's inside the penalty area, gets the shot away, and it's another corner. It's well deflected wide, and the pressure just being turned up as they shoot towards that cop. Liverpool, they have another corner.
Yeah, Bradley done well, got on the turn and went to unload his shot, but probably the best ball would have been to set it back to Gravenberch to come on and fade one left foot into the far corner.
It's probably not Bradley you want in that position, really, with that opportunity to shoot. Robertson with the corner on this right hand side for Liverpool. Left footed swinger in, it's headed away by Struijk again at the edge of the 6 yard area. There's a Leeds player down in the box, and Chris Kavanagh will halt play to allow some treatment, and in the meantime Liverpool will be frustrated. It looks like it's James Justin that's down in the penalty area after defending that corner.
Yeah, I think he's got a blow to his chest looking at this. Yeah, he's been barged into by one of his own players.
Yep, Stack responsible, I think, for that one. We've had 10 minutes of the second half. You're listening to Liverpool Leeds on Talksport with Sky Sports. Don't forget that with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like Sunderland against Manchester City live tonight. Search Now Sports. It's going to be a drop ball to Liverpool inside their own half. Arne Slot in conversation with the fourth official down below. Doesn't seem to be any action on either of the two benches so far. This game in stalemate right now. Drew 3-3, of course, back in December when Liverpool had a 2-0 lead on that occasion. One of those moments you felt the points were in the bag. However, with Liverpool at that phase, anything was possible. Here come Leeds, right-hand side of their own box. Early ball clipped forward. Again, there's another free kick wanted, and I think it's Aronson that's gone down. Maybe not Aronson, actually Grueff, baby. Lemaitre, in fact. I think Van Dijk's furious with that.
This is what I don't understand. The ball goes up, two players contest it. Van Dijk wins the header. The reaction of the Leeds player, Lemaitre going down on the floor, incites the referee to give the free kick rather than the referee see the incident and think, I think that's a free kick. I think his reaction. Now, I think he probably got it right, but how he got there is debatable.
Here's the free kick into the Liverpool box from the edge of the centre circle, headed away by Van Dijk, and there's a foul there, is there, on the near side on Frimpong? No, says Chris Kavanagh, and it will be a throw-in down the near side for Liverpool in front of the Leeds United dugout. Taken short. Szoboszlai back towards Konate. Konate now with a chance to step forward again for Liverpool, unchallenged, out wide to the left-hand side. Robertson has got Wirtz up ahead of him. Robertson on the charge in that inside left channel, and then a flick from Ekitike to try and find Jones was read and intercepted. Aronson then will put the ball out wide to the right-hand side. Lemaitra's there. There's 4 or 5 white shirts coming to join the attack, but he's forced out wide on that far side by the attentions of Bradley and Wirtz. And that wins a round of applause from the Liverpool supporters around us as they force Leeds back inside their own half.
Yeah, Leeds just short of a bit of toe in there, a bit of pace in the front line to sustain that attack. Ended up having to come back and quite a long way back.
Former England captain Stuart Pearce alongside me, Adam Bridge, here at Anfield on Talksport. We'll get the team news from the 8 o'clock kickoffs tonight. Brentford against Spurs and Sunderland against Man City for you shortly. A reminder, Palace still ahead against Fulham right now over on Talksport 2 as we bring you the opening Premier League action of 2026, exclusive to the Talksport network this New Year's Day. And we've got game 5 as well, Saturday lunchtime, when Aston Villa take on Nottingham Forest, one that Stuart will be in situ at Villa Park for as well.
You never get the impression that Liverpool are hell-bent on chasing the game furiously to end up getting the victory they need, do you? You know, they're playing the game. It's as though, well, if we get a goal, fine. If we don't, we don't. You know, and if you're a Liverpool as such, this is strange to see at Anfield in many ways.
It is, and they've been caught offside again here. Wirtz just trying to spin a ball round the corner to Ekitike. It's a tight call, and it's a very, very good line from Leeds. We've seen they've been caught offside quite a few times already tonight. Have Liverpool. Leeds have it deep inside their own half. Let's get to the G-Tech. Let's get that team news on the game between Brentford and Spurs with Joe Shannon.
No Brennan Johnson for Spurs ahead of his expected move to Crystal Palace. Romero, Polinia and Odobert come in for Danso, Bergvall and Kolomwani. One change for Brentford, Henderson for Jensen.
Ekitike towards the edge of the penalty area for Liverpool. That's a really good last-ditch challenge from Ampadu at the edge of the penalty area to win that back for Leeds, just as Ekitike was looking to unload from the edge of the penalty area. On the attack again once more. Slipped by Wirtz to Szoboszlai, who hits it, deflected and saved. Low down to his right-hand side by Lucas Perry, who parries the ball away. And in fact, the referee is now given the free kick. Well, a yellow card has been shown as well on that far side. Chris Kavanagh delayed for a moment. The free kick's right at the edge of the penalty. Ethan Ampadu is the Leeds captain. He's got his arms outstretched and say, well, what's that for? And it's for handball against Ampadu.
Yeah, I don't think he can have too many complaints, but what he's done, he's given a free kick away right in brilliant shooting opportunity, probably level with the post, maybe a yard outside the left-hand post, but brilliant for a right footer to get on. And this might be the opportunity Liverpool have needed.
Well, Dominic Szoboszlai is lurking, as is Florian Wirtz. They probably are the most likely candidates. Robertson is there as well with the left-footed option. We will get the team news from the Stadium of Light in a moment. And that's a yellow card for Ethan Ampadu. And that's his 5th. So he will miss the game against Manchester United. Next up, that's on Sunday, of course. And that's live on Talksport from 12:30. Here's the free kick. Yeah, it's got to be a right footer, isn't it? Robertson can get out of the way. No interest in him. Oh, and a yellow card as well. And that's gone, I think, in the vague direction of Biol, who was still whinging at the referee about the award of the free kick. So, Wirtz has stepped back nicely here. Szoboszlai is over it. It's one of those two, and they put a couple of Liverpool players on the end of this 5-man wall, and we've got the draft excluder down as well. Szoboszlai stepped away. It's all about Florian Wirtz, this, just at the edge of the penalty area, a yard or so to the left of the D. What can the German deliver? Right-footed, clips it straight into the wall, comes out to Gravenberch. He's not going to have a shot, he's going to feed Frimpong on this right-hand side. Kanate to the left, Van Dijk strides forward, plays it out wide to that far touchline, and it's going to be brought infield again by Wirtz onto his right foot, tries to play a lovely angle ball through into the box, evades everyone. There's a shove in the end, and it's going to be a free kick for Leeds United. We'll get the thoughts of Stuart on that free kick in a moment, but first let's get that team news from our other 8 o'clock kickoff tonight that's live on Talksport 2 between Sunderland and Manchester City. John Dunn.
2 changes for Manchester City. Nathan Ake and Savinho come in, first starts since October for the pair. Vardiel and Reinders moving to the bench. 1 change for Sunderland. Eliza Mayenda replaces Chris Rigg. It's Sunderland and Manchester City.
That game live then on Talksport 2 from 8 tonight. Brentford against Spurs is right here on Talksport when we're done. Flick between those games via the Talksport app. Wirtz hitting that free kick. Szoboszlai's been so good from those kind of positions. You were shaking your head.
Honestly, I pulled my hair out. It's a brilliant position to get 2 players on the ball, so you've got some element of disguise.
There's a chance down the right for Frimpong to get away. Ekitike's in the middle. Frimpong is half cleared. Ekitike tries to get his foot in, and the ball goes out of play and behind. And I think the referee and his assistant, between the two of them, were debating what the decision was. Liverpool wanted the corner, and it's gone the way of Leeds, and it's a goal kick.
Yeah, good opportunity there. Once again, Frimpong's gone down the wing, and his level of crossing has been absolutely poor. He's pulled a cross in there. It's not got off the floor. It's not gone to his man. Ekitike nearly made some of it. Going back to the free kick, my goodness me. 2 players have got to be on that ball to give the goalkeeper some form of disguise. They didn't do that. They just put 1 player on it. So the goalie knows who's going to strike it. And he's gone to try and get up and down through from 19 yards. When the goal's gaping goalkeeper's side, you've got to win it goalkeeper's side.
Kirkes, McAllister and Gakpo ready to come on for Liverpool. It's currently Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. There's a chance there maybe to get down this nice, and it's going to be a throw for Liverpool. For the latest odds, head to Betfair, the official betting partner of Talksport's Premier League coverage, where right now you can get Liverpool to win at 11-10 on, back Leeds to win at 9-1, or back the draw at 11-8. That's all thanks to Betfair, playing a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair, 18 plus at gambleaware.org. Those substitutions are imminent for Liverpool. The 3 players are in the technical area, ready to go. Who will be coming off, we will confirm shortly. As it's Gravenberch trying to get there towards the edge of the box. Gravenberch again, and there's a little shove in his back that time from Anton Stack. Referee waves it away, and now the counter's on for Leeds down this left-hand side. Aronson's got it. He's only got Nemecha up with him. Players arriving now. Aronson slips it into Goodmanson, who fouls Frimpong, and the free kick goes Liverpool's way inside their own penalty area. Quick update from Selhurst Park. Ian Abrahams.
Palace 1, Fulham 0. Fulham could have been level. Anthony Robinson's ball in, headed by Raul Jimenez, came back off Henderson's post. At the other end, Palace could have had a second. Mateta in on goal, but he missed, and the offside flag went up. It's live on Talksport 2. It's Palace 1, Fulham 0.
Goals so far then in that game, and we're going to see the changes for Liverpool. Andy Robertson is on his way off. Cody Gakpo's coming on. Curtis Jones is entering the fray as well, and Florian Wirtz looks like he's departing too, and Kirkes will obviously go out wide on that left hand side, as will Cody Gakpo, and McAllister comes into the middle where he'll play alongside Ryan Gravenberch for Liverpool. So 3 changes, pretty obvious changes as well, Stuart.
Yeah, like for like, they need to freshen it up. I'm surprised it took so long to get Gakpo on, because I think the longer the game's gone on, especially playing in that position, Wirtz sort of run aground a little bit and didn't create a great deal for his team. Decent on the ball and okay, nice safe haven for the football, but you need some creation on that side of the pitch, someone to go past someone. Can Gakpo do that?
Calvert-Lewin and Okafor are coming for Leeds United. Early ball across into the arms of Petty. Left-footed ball drilled over by Kirkes, his first action, and it's gathered comfortably in the 6-yard area. So attacking changes from Daniel Farke. Is that because maybe he senses actually they can get something out of this game?
Yeah, I think so. As I say, they're well and truly in the game. Liverpool are not really, you can tell when pressure really builds up. I'm not seeing that at the moment. Liverpool got the ability to score a goal at the drop of a hat, we understand that, but to be quite honest, we have not really threatened Leeds as such on a continual basis.
And we're at the midway point of the second half. It remains Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. You're listening to Talksport. Out wide on that left-hand side. Here's a first touch for Cody Gakpo. Gakpo towards the edge of the box. Kirkes is there, helped by McAllister. Back towards Van Dijk. Now McAllister to the right finds Konate. Frimpong pulls out onto this near touchline, but now they're going to look and try and search down that left-hand side with Kirkes. Early ball is deflected and it's going to be almost taken down by Ekitike. Claims he didn't touch it, and he didn't. He's gone out for a corner on the far side for Liverpool. Don't think Leeds will make the change just yet. But Calvert-Lewin is stripped and ready to go in the technical area down below. Corner first, though, for Liverpool on that far side. Right-footed. It's going to be swung over by Szoboszlai. Already Van Dijk and Konate are lurking in and around that 6-yard area. Here comes the delivery. The Kop falls silent. Most of Anfield falls silent with anticipation. Szoboszlai just waits for a moment. Flag fluttering in the breeze. Swings it to the 6-yard box. Ekitike goes up for it. Claims a deflection off of a Leeds head. And I think in terms of the player, it was Bornau that got the touch. So it will be another corner, this time on the right-hand side for Liverpool.
Yeah, they probably need to get a goal from a set play at the moment. It's not been their forte this season, but they probably need to get one from a set play just to break the deadlock at present.
Outswinger this time from the Hungarian. Szoboszlai, who will deliver, right-footed towards the penalty spot. Van Dijk with a header! Just wide of the left-hand post. Powerful header down into the ground, skidding off the surface, but never on target from Virgil van Dijk.
Well, put it this way, if you're going to leave anyone unmarked in the box, it's not going to be Van Dijk from Leeds' point of view. And it was a really good, strong header there. He planted his feet, headed it down, but just wide of the target.
So Calvert-Lewin is on, Lemaitra's off, Aronson's off, Noah Okafor is also on. So two up front changed for Leeds United. These two more of a natural pair as well. So maybe reverting more to that 3-5-2 that we've seen in recent times. But Calvert-Lewin going in search of yet another goal. 6 in a row, of course. 7 goals in total in those 6 games. Previously his best run had been 4. That was back in 2020 when he was at Everton. And I think the other side, the blue half of Merseyside, a little astonished at what they're witnessing from Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, sometimes you need a change of clubs, freshen you up a little bit. A new challenge.
If he can score today, he'll be the first Leeds player to manage 7 in a row since 1931. But he hasn't scored on 8 previous appearances at Anfield. Home games, yep, he's got a good record against Liverpool in recent times, but not here. Here we go then, defending to be done for a long throw. Ampadu, just down below us, is about 25 yards out from goal, on the angle of the penalty area, down this left-hand side, all in white for Leeds. He wipes his brow as he prepares to launch this ball into the Liverpool penalty area. And he gets it as far as the 6-yard area. It's half-headed away, and Frimpong will complete the job by lumping it clear. It's back into the danger zone by Ampadu towards Calvert-Lewin, headed by Van Dijk, who's, I think, saying to Alisson, a little bit of info would have been handy there.
I've sat in this stadium before and commentated on games, and I've watched Liverpool defend long throws and corners, and you always got the impression there was a counter-attack coming immediately. I don't get the impression at all from Liverpool that if they turn it over, there's a real clinical counter-attack on, and that was one of their most threatening elements of their game almost.
Van Dijk out wide to the left-hand side. Kirkes is there. Gakpo made the run down the touchline, but Kirkes went back inside to the Liverpool captain, the Dutch centre-half. And now Konate. Contract stalemate for Konate. Out at the end of the season, of course. That's through to Frimpong. Too much on it. Skips away for what will be a goal kick to Leeds United away to our right-hand side. You're listening to Liverpool versus Leeds on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk. It's been a day of non-stop football in action this New Year's Day across the Talksport network. Earlier on, of course, we at lunchtime brought you Blackburn 0, Wrexham 2. Big win for Phil Parkinson's side away from home to back up the 2 home wins over the Christmas period. Then we went around the grounds, just 2 wins and 7 for Coventry. They stay 8 clear at the top of the Championship table. Watford moved up into 4th with a big win over Birmingham City. Cardiff at the top of League One. Walsall losing again in League Two. So Bromley head the table in League Two as well. And a reminder, 2 more Premier League games to come tonight. Brentford Spurs right here. Don't move a muscle. Get the leftover mince pies and pour yourself a drink and enjoy Brentford Spurs, or alternatively Sunderland against Man City. That's live on Talksport 2, which you can listen to, of course, via the app or via your smart speaker. On that far side, Liverpool on the attack. Gakpo cuts in field once more towards the edge of the penalty area. Kirkes is there. Kirkes on the charge towards the edge of the box. Ekitike tries to hit the shot, which he does. Never on target again from 25 yards out. Probably 4 or 5 yards wide of the left-hand upright of Lucas Perry. But the shots are coming a little more freely now for Liverpool. They're just not troubling the goalkeeper.
No, they're definitely not. But as I say, he's done well. Ekitike on occasion in the first half with little dribbling runs has looked a threat, but not failed to sort of test the goalkeeper, and on that occasion opened the goal up well, but he's hit it with his laces. He's driven one straight and it's gone where he aimed, and that was wide of the goal instead of curling it far post.
We are into the final 16 minutes almost of this game, heading towards that point, and it remains Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0 on Talksport. We thought we were going to start the new year with a bang, but a bit of a damp squib right now here on Merseyside. More to come, of course, though. Exhilarating style of the Premier League. You can guarantee Brentford against Spurs is going to be full of action, with Thomas Frank going back to his former club, of course. Brentford's home record is excellent as well. But, Spurs will be desperate to get the win there as Szoboszlai clips the ball forward here towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. It was dealt with in the end by Bijol because he was under pressure, but not convincingly. Frimpong will close down on this near side, but Goodmanson does an excellent job of setting Okafor away on this near side. He's going to try and have the legs to get past Gravenberch, but the substitute is beaten to it by the Liverpool midfield maestro.
Great play there by both Goodmanson and Gravenberch.
Kirkes out wide on that far side. Gakpo inside the penalty on his right foot. Cody Gakpo deflected in the air, comes down inside the box, breaks to Frimpong, and there's a foul according to the referee. Conor Bradley the perpetrator, and the free kick is Leeds inside their own penalty area.
Yeah, it was like watching the circus, you know, when someone shot out the cannon. Yes. In the old days that was. And that was Bradley just then, launched himself into the defender.
I think we've worked out it is Thursday today, so not far away from another busy Saturday of live football across the Talksport network. Aston Villa against Forest is our Premier League game Saturday lunchtime. Then we go around the grounds on Game Day Live with Adrian, Mickey Gray and Troy Deeney, part of the team, on Saturday. Just 2 Premier League games. The big one at 3 o'clock really is at the foot of the table. Adrian will be at Molineux for Wolves against West Ham, and then on Sunday we've got plenty of Championship action for you and Premier League action. Birmingham Coventry is exclusive on Talksport 2. That's from 12 o'clock. Leeds against Manchester United is here on Talksport from 12:30. Ampadu going to be missing for that game after his 5th yellow card today. And then we've got Game Day Live with Adrian Perry-Groves and Kevin Phillips from 2:30 on Sunday afternoon as well. Conversation here. Chris Kavanagh, the referee, just telling Ethan Ampadu to not try and steal too much yardage down this left-hand side as he's about to launch another of these big throws into the Liverpool penalty area to try and test out Arne Slot's back line. Here's the throw, and again edge of the 6-yard box, headed away this time by Konate, but out for a corner on this near side for Leeds United. As we mentioned earlier, 9 of their last 15 Premier League goals have come from set pieces, 3 of them being corners. Are they about to make it 4?
Well, you've got Calvert-Lewin on the pitch now, and we all are quite aware of his aerial ability. And just get the feeling, as it did at half-time, 1 goal either way is going to win the game.
Here's that corner from this near side. Alisson comes, punches, not the best of punches. Gruev's there. They'll look to build again out wide on this near side. Stack with a chance to put a right-footed ball into the box while everyone's still forward. He does well. Okafor, left edge of the penalty area for Leeds United, gets it in. It's half cleared by McAllister. Frimpong goes up to win the header, doesn't win it, and they just hack it clear. Drew F back into the danger zone. Calvert-Lewin gets a touch. Konate's sliced it with his left boot up in the air. It's fortuitously landed at the feet of Gakpo, who finds Szoboszlai, and then it's back with Kerkez, and then Van Dijk, and Liverpool try to play their way out of trouble, and they rise on their feet around Anfield. The noise levels increase as Kerkez into the feet of Ekitike on that far side, just snuffed out of it once more.
Do you see the pace of the attack just slow down? That's very un-Liverpool-like, you know. Normally when they broke away in those situations, you think they're going to go at breakneck speed. It was anything but.
There's a few fireworks going off in the distance. Maybe they know something we don't, that perhaps a goal is coming here, or maybe it's Everton fans supporting the fact and celebrating it's still 0-0. We are 11 minutes or so away from the 90 at Anfield. Calvert-Lewin is on the field, yet to really get involved. His 7 goals in those 6 games have come from 15 shots, by the way, and it's actually 7 goals from 9 in terms of shots on target. Well, they were about to clear the ball eventually, Leeds, but there's going to be another change, and Chiesa is coming on, and he's going to replace Conor Bradley, so I think we'll see Frimpong go back to right back, Chiesa on ahead of him. It will probably be maybe a final roll of the dice from Arne Slot. He's used 4 of his 5 substitutions so far. Chiesa, who got a rare start against Wolves. There's a talking to from Chris Kavanagh as well to Lucas Perry about the time he's taking, I'm sure, but still no yellow card.
I don't think he's took excessive time, to be fair, when you consider that it was the Liverpool player that's committed the offence that stopped him playing the ball into play.
It's away by Perry, deep into Liverpool territory. Big header away from Van Dijk. He's going to go and win the next one. Not quite so much purchase on this one. Szoboszlai felt he was being pulled from behind as he won that ball, but again, Chris Kavanagh not interested. He's really trying to let the game flow where possible. And any kind of pulling and just tugging and tussling for aerial balls, it's not really penalised them.
No, and it's not been a tough game to referee, I don't think. You know, the pace of the game has seen to that a little bit, and those contentious decisions, I think he's got them right.
Here they go again. Leeds going for a long throw. Ampadu midway inside the Liverpool half. This time he gets it heading in the direction of the penalty spot. Appeals for a handball against Konate from the away supporters who are behind the goal away to our left-hand side. That's good play by Goodmanson. Gets the ball into the box. Little touch on Calvert-Lewin, and he scored. The offside flag goes up. The offside flag up immediately as Calvert-Lewin turned that ball home inside the 6-yard area. A real poacher's finish right on the spot, and what an impact on this game that would have been for the former Everton man. But the flag immediately up on the far side, it will of course be checked.
I'll tell you what a brilliant finish that was. You know, may have strayed just offside potentially. Leeds winning the ball back on the width. Yes, just offside, a flailing right foot really, very close. But I've got to say, when it's helped round the corner, Calvert-Lewin was onto it really quick, flicked it in the net with the outside of his right foot. Alisson shot off his line but couldn't get there in time.
Well, I think Bornau may have done himself a mischief as he turned that round the corner inside the box, because he's down needing some treatment on this near side. The goal has obviously been checked and confirmed that it was offside. We have 8.5 minutes to go here at Anfield. Still no sign of a goal. Any sign of an equaliser at Selhurst Park? Palace against Fulham. Ian O'Browns.
Palace 1, Fulham 0, but Palace have come close to increasing their lead. Corner on the far side, curled in. Bert Leno, for a crowd of players, tried to punch it. Only punched it onto his own crossbar, and then when it came out 2 yards out, a header by Lacroix following up, hit Guerhi on the line, so his own man blocked the ball going in. Fulham are trying, Palace looking for a second. It's live on Talksport 2. It's Palace 1, Fulham 0.
We're going to see another change here. It looks like Sebastian Bornau's race is run this evening, and it's Bogle who will come onto the field, and It looks like James Justin's going to slot in as the right of the centre halves, with Bogle going in his traditional right wing-back position. So, third change of the night for Daniel Farke. And Bornau, first Premier League start. Well, he almost got his first Premier League assist there for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But notice has been served to that Liverpool back line. Calvert-Lewin is there and he's ready to go. Frimpong has lost out by the corner flag here. Okafor does brilliantly. Here's Grueff to the byline. Grueff gets it across the face of goal, gets the better of Alisson, and Van Dijk has to stab it clear from the edge of the 6-yard area. Liverpool are living dangerously, Stuart Pearce.
Well, they certainly are. Brilliant play by Okafor on this side of the pitch. Once again, a giveaway from Liverpool, which it could be costly if they're not careful.
Here's Gravenberch in central midfield, with room to the left-hand side to find Kirkes. Game opening up a little now. Gakpo on that far side with 7 minutes remaining. 0-0 on Talksport. Gakpo, ball at feet to McAllister. Right footed ball by McAllister. Back post, Szoboszlai looking to arrive. And again, they're looking to the assistant to make a decision. The referee was looking for the assistant to make a decision. And it's a goal kick for Leeds United. Another goal at Selhurst Park. Ian Abrahams.
10 to go, Palace 1, Fulham 1. Fulham legend Tom Cairney with the goal. He came on a sub about 10 minutes ago. Silky skills and passing, and a shot from the edge of the area, curled round the defender. No chance for Henderson. Fulham level on Talksport 2. Palace 1, Fulham 1.
The closing stages of that game available right now over on Talksport 2. Rio Ngoma is on. Frimpong is the player that's gone off, so Szoboszlai will now move to right back as they shuffle round once more. And can the youngster have the kind of impact he had when he came on, of course, against Newcastle United at St James's Park earlier in the season, when Liverpool were on that run of 5 straight victories. He's got about 6 minutes plus added time to make a difference here today for Arne Slot's side. Free kick for Liverpool. Van Dijk up to halfway. Konate. Szoboszlai now in that right back position. Always nearly given it away. Van Dijk had to step in quickly. Here's Chiesa though. This could be fortuitous in the end for Liverpool. Chiesa holds it up really nicely. Here's Rio Ngoma on this near side. Gives it short. Gravenberch towards the edge of the penalty area. To the left hand side he goes, where he finds Kirkes. Here's Gakpo onto his right foot in the penalty area. McAllister could do with a goal from him now, Liverpool. Szoboszlai clips it back in. McAllister tries to trap it inside the box. Gakpo gets the clearance away. And it's a foul. And it will be a free kick to Leeds.
Yeah, as I say, the game is whittling out at the moment from Liverpool's point of view. Leeds will be more than happy with their defensive display. Clean sheet so far. We're entering the 86th minute.
Well, the last 0-0 here at Anfield in the Premier League, that was the 12th of December 2023. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Very rarely do Liverpool fail to score here as well. Of course, Nottingham Forest denied them that opportunity earlier on this season in the Premier League. Had to go back to September 2024 for the previous time, and well, that was Forest again on that occasion. Not scoring here is not something they are used to. There's a foul here on Szoboszlai. That's silly from Okafor, and it will be a free kick for Liverpool in the right back position on this near side. We've got 4 minutes of normal time to go here. Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. Remind you, it's Palace 1, Fulham 1 right now on Talksport 2. Brentford Spurs to come here on Talksport once we're done, and then Sunderland versus Man City is live on Talksport 2 from 8 o'clock tonight.
The sense of urgency from Liverpool is not there at present, is it? You know, just had a shuffle of the pack. Gakpo's come to play inside slightly.
Well, McAllister's got that away on that left-hand side. That was a decent ball punted forward. Here's Gakpo at the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed ball clipped towards the back post. Chiesa's there, wins a header. I think Leeds thought there was a little shove, but the referee said play on. And now they'll try and break away. Up to Calvert-Lewin on halfway. Chests it down, but just chests it into the path of Szoboszlai. Left-hand side for Kirkes. 3 minutes plus added time to play. Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. Here's Kirkes on that left-hand side. It's towards the edge of the box, and now Grueff will try and get it away, but just gives it straight to Kerkez. Kerkez on the turn. Van Dijk forward. Central position for Gravenberch. He's just bundles away the attention of the Leeds midfielder on that occasion, Grueff. And now it's Szoboszlai. Back to Konate. Here's Van Dijk. Out wide on the left again. In some space is Gakpo. Gakpo's gone infield, actually. It's young Rio, and it's put to this right-hand side once more for Szoboszlai. Here's Chiesa. Chiesa towards the byline. Doesn't have the pace to really challenge Gudmundsson, but Gudmundsson in the end concedes the throw right by the corner flag. Really something Liverpool have got in their armoury, a long throw, so Szoboszlai will just take it short to Chiesa, who digs out a cross from right by the corner flag. He did well. Gravenberch infield to McAllister. Constant Liverpool pressure right now. They're all circling around the edge of that Leeds United penalty area. Kerkez on that far side. They're on the attack, Liverpool once more. Gakpo drops in short to offer himself for possession. It's Kerkez. Gamora again has just made the run infield. Gakpo's gone outside again, and there's a foul given away, and Leeds United have the free kick, level with their own penalty area on the far side, and they've got a player down as well while he receives treatment. There's been another goal in the Championship. Plenty of action for Chris Hull at Bramall Lane.
89 minutes gone, Sheffield United 3, Leicester 0. The Blades thoroughly dominant. It was a brilliant pullback from the goal line. Callum O'Hare sliding in. Blades 3, Foxes 0.
O'Hare wasn't the biggest performer for Sheffield United last season, but he certainly stepped up to the plate this time round. Another goal for him, another 3 points for Chris Wilder's side as they look to try and force themselves into a playoff place. There'll be plenty of action going on this January in and out of Sheffield United, if Chris Wilder gets his way anyway. And you can follow, of course, all of our transfer news via the website talksport.com. Into the last minute of normal time, and Leeds have possession inside their own half, and a few more fireworks go off in the distance here in Liverpool. We've not had too many of them beneath us here at Anfield tonight, that's for sure. Here's Szoboszlai over halfway. All the Leeds players retreat inside their own half. Chiesa, I mean, this would be a terrific point for Leeds United in the grand scheme of things, wouldn't it? They've lost 34 of their 53 league games at Anfield, so any point is a wonderful point when you come in.
I think they're worthy of that point as well. I think they've been very well organised. They've threatened when they've had chance. There's not been too many clear-cut opportunities in the game.
They might get one here. Okafor's on the charge down the left-hand side. He's got Calvert-Lewin inside him. Okafor still with the ball at feet. Tees it towards the edge of the penalty area. Shot's blocked. Shot again from Stack at the second attempt. The first was blocked. The second goes over the crossbar. And we are into 6 added minutes at Anfield. It remains 0-0. Taken short. Here come Liverpool. Trying to build from the back once more. Down this right-hand side. Chiesa. Just no urgency about these counter-attacks. Stuart's been talking about it all game. Van Dijk to that left-hand side. Gakpo is there. Gives the ball to Ngomora on that far side. Infield to McAllister. And now helped on its way to Konate. Here's Szoboszlai. On this near touch line, they find Chiesa again. Immediately closed down by Gudmundsson. Chiesa going to try and take him on. Gets the better of him towards the byline. They want a penalty. Chris Kavanagh's not interested, and the ball runs out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, Chiesa using his experience there, dragged it down the wing, akin to John Robertson, and then he's just tried to get his left foot across Gudmundsson and draw the foul, but referee got it right.
I see last time you and I were together was at St James's Park, where we had that incident where there was a potential penalty for Newcastle, wasn't there, when Gordon got clattered in that shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. I see that the KMI committee sat down the other day and said that they voted in favour of Kavanagh giving the referee that day giving a penalty, but the threshold was too low for VAR to overturn, which I think was very much what you said on the day.
Yeah, I think that was probably about summed it up nicely.
Tanaka's on as another substitution for Leeds United into that midfield. Another goal at Bramall Lane for Chris Hull.
Yeah, into added time. Sheffield United 3, Leicester 1. Jordan James, it's a really fabulous long-range effort, but it's just a consolation. Blades 3, Foxes 1.
Now, what a signing Jordan James has turned out to be. I mean, he was always one hell of a player at Birmingham City before he went off to Italy, but he's back and scoring plenty of goals for Leicester from that central midfield role. But it is a consolation. It's a win for Chris Wilder and a bit more pressure maybe on Martí Cifuentes with the inconsistency of the Foxes in the Championship this season. 3.5 minutes of added time still to play here at Anfield. It remains Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0. Here's Alisson at the edge of his own penalty area. Quite surprisingly, the save ratio of the Liverpool goalkeepers this season is fairly poor given Alisson's quality, but then they've conceded so many more goals throughout this campaign. Maybe that's one of those reasons. McAllister with a shot inside the penalty area. Nearly come down, and Gamora on that far side, just trying to work an opportunity. Keeps the ball really nicely. Finds Ekitike, who's on a charge. Ekitike still going. Hugo Ekitike pulls it back, and it's blocked out by more stoic defending from Leeds United, and they have a corner Liverpool on the far side.
Yeah, he's probably been the only one in a red shirt, I would say. He's got that ability to dart past someone with aggression, and very unfortunate there. Just got bundled out by too many Leeds defenders, but they got a corner.
Yeah, he tried to poke it towards Cody Gakpo, who was waiting. Here is that corner for Liverpool towards the near post. Really comfortable header out at the near post as well. Easily done for Leeds United by James Justin. Delay on taking the throw on the far side for Liverpool, making the crowd a little frustrated as Kirkes again just takes his time over it.
We could have had a home player there being booked for time wasting.
We are in stoppage time, only 2 minutes to play of the 6 added by Chris Kavanagh. Here's McAllister going slowly forward towards the edge of the penalty area. On that left hand side, Kirkes is there. Here's Gakpo and Gamora. What's he going to do? Gives it once more to Gakpo. Gakpo edge of the penalty area, tries to get the crossover. Can't get much purchase on it, it's easily blocked out.
They've got Van Dijk in the front line now. They've got players in the box, and they're still being slow in the build-up in the wide areas. You've got to get it out wide, and you've got to put it in, two-touch.
McAllister does, and Gamora again on that far side. Oh, brilliant skill. Left-footed ball, dinked over towards the penalty spot, and it's cleared away by Pascal Strike. Decent purchase on it. The experienced centre-half doing what he's there to do in those moments of pressure. Alisson lumps it forward, comes down towards Gakpo. Gakpo has the ball at his feet. Tanaka's there to whip it away, the Japanese midfielder, and Calvert-Lewin, if he could find him, was all on his own on that right hand side, but he's overhit the pass, and the former Everton man not chasing after that one.
No, Tanaka's done really well, and it should have been a cultured ball into the feet of Calvert-Lewin.
Maybe one last chance for Liverpool here. Sorry, Stu, in the final minute, but again the pace of the attack is ponderous. Gravenberch slips the ball through. The run had been made by Gakpo inside the penalty area, working hard to win it, and Leeds again desperate defending. Pascal Strike gets it away over halfway, throwing on this near side to Liverpool. 30 seconds of the 6 that have been added by Chris Kavanagh to play. Last chance saloon for Arne Slot's side. Alisson, direct ball to Van Dijk towards the edge of the penalty area. Headers won by Leeds United. Away, up towards halfway. Gravenberch is there. We'll go back once more to Alisson, who's just inside the centre circle, right-footed. Clips the ball out to that far touchline, looking to try and find Chiesa. And Gamora's on the charge here, towards the edge of the penalty area. Still got the ball at feet, tees it up. Van Dijk with a shot at the edge of the penalty area, blocked by Ampadu. Not the man you really want shooting from the edge of the box at this stage. However, it was Van Dijk it fell to. Alisson, he's up to halfway on the far side. They don't want to give the ball away here, Liverpool. They'll be in real trouble, because Alisson's way out of his goal. Kanate to the right, to Soboslai. Right-footed, midway inside the Leeds half. You can hear the cries from the faithful around Anfield. They want them loading the ball into the box. Still they haven't. Ekitike, edge of the penalty area, on his right foot, looks to go outside. Ekitike gets it over. Half defended and cleared, and that's it. The full-time whistle from Chris Kavanagh, and the celebrations of the Leeds United fans away to our left-hand side say it all. And no wonder that back line is all gathered around that goalkeeper inside the penalty area. A stoic defensive performance that snuffed out any real danger that Liverpool offered up. 3 victories in a row for Liverpool, 2 in a row here at Anfield. That comes to a shuddering halt as Leeds United have performed excellently on the night. A super game plan from Daniel Farke has snuffed out the danger offered up by Liverpool, and they both start 2026 with a point apiece. It's the continuation of Leeds United's good form. That's 6 unbeaten for them now in the Premier League. They increased that gap to the bottom 3 to 7 points, but for Liverpool it's another disappointing game at Anfield in what, it has to be said, is a disappointing season. They hope to start the new year in style, but it's turned into a bit of a damp squib. Full time at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Leeds United 0.
Adam Bridge, thank you very much. Let's look over then this whole game, where Leeds certainly will be walking away from Anfield very delighted with another point on the board, and it sets them up perfectly for that, their arch nemesis, you could say, Manchester United, who make the trip to Ellen Road on Sunday. Stuart Pearce was alongside Adam Bridge at Anfield. Stuart, it sort of felt like it was all huff but no puff, really, from Liverpool.
Yeah, that sums it up really well, Nat, to be honest with you. Lack of pace, lack of intensity in their performance played into Leeds' hands. They were very organised. They were well worth their point that they got. And Ekitike was the one that you thought for Liverpool might break the deadlock with a tricky run or whatever, but they didn't have enough punch, didn't have enough energy, and it was a very average performance, I've got to say, very un-Liverpool-like.
Why? Why do you think everything was so lacking for this Liverpool team? You know, you look at the stats and you might say 19 shots overall in the game. That's not bad, but only 4 of them were on target. What went wrong?
Lack of punch in the wide areas, firstly, I would say. Vert's playing on the left-hand side. Very good player, technically, but his forte isn't to take someone on one-on-one, go past them and deliver a really telling cross. Frimpong on the other side has got the energy, got the drive, got to the byline on a couple of occasions, couldn't find a cross on any of his efforts. So that was a disappointment in the wide areas. They couldn't turn Leeds round defensively. Ekitike received the ball on the odd occasion, but he's up against 3 central defenders. It was tough for him. He was the only one who looked as though he might break the deadlock. But in general, I looked at Liverpool, and sometimes, I mean, I've been here at Anfield, and you look and they're defending a corner, and you think, if the team that are attacking are not careful, Liverpool break, run the length of the pitch, and within seconds they'll score against you. I never thought that was going to ever be a threat today with Liverpool. They were really sluggish in their build-up play, technically very good, but no threat, no cutting edge. And I look at last year maybe with the likes of Diaz and the likes of, you know, prior to that, Núñez, Diaz, the energy of Salah and those people not on the pitch at the moment, and I think they miss those individuals.
I know Arne Slot was complaining about low blocks and how they find that tricky to break down earlier this season when they have been losing games. OK, that wasn't the case in this scenario, but do you think that's part of the problem, that they came up against a very well-organised Leeds side?
Yeah, everyone's well organised this day and age. You've got to accept that, but I watch Liverpool, and I've watched them certainly last year, early this season. They can play through you at pace, or alternatively they can go from back to front when it's on to do so. I never saw the back to front option at all today. I never saw it. In fact, I saw it once, and there was a threat of a penalty being given away because of the pressure that was put on by Ekitike. That was the only time I saw it. But Liverpool normally, if they can't play through you, they'll go from back to front quickly if you press them aggressively. Leeds could press aggressively and still not worry about leaving players on the halfway line 1-for-1.
It's a result that keeps Liverpool in the top 4 picture. They're 3 points clear of 5th place Chelsea, and now unbeaten in their last 7 games in the Premier League. That's the longest unbeaten streak this season in the league. But as for Leeds, they are now unbeaten in their last 6. They're 7 points clear of the bottom 3. From what you saw of this performance this evening, Stuart, are they more than capable of pulling themselves further clear of that relegation picture?
Oh, Leeds 100% are. Yeah, without a doubt. You're well organised, stringing a good level of performance together. Ellen Road can be a bit of a fortress. These fans get behind their team. So without a doubt in my mind, and they've got a centre forward now that looks as though he could nick a goal out of nothing. And to be fair, he was the only one on the pitch in 96 minutes that put the ball in the back of the net. Calvert-Lewin was ruled out by a very marginal but a correct call offside.
OK, Stuart, stay there for now. Let's bring a full-time check on what happened at Selhurst Park. Ian Abrahams.
Palace 1, Fulham 1. Palace led at the breakthrough. Jean-Philippe Mateta's header. The second half, though, Fulham really deserved something out of the game, and they got it when Tom Kearney, on as a sub, scored late on, 10 minutes from time, when he curled in from the edge of the penalty area. Before that, Fulham had hit a post through Jimenez. Palace had hit the bar when the corner was punched onto his own crossbar by Bernd Leno. And right at the end, fabulous save by Dean Henderson. Castagna 6 yards out, with absolutely odds on to score. Somehow Henderson managed to keep it at bay and keep it 1-1. 25,000 here, decent game, probably the right result. Palace 1, Fulham 1.
And it's all over at Bramall Lane, where Sheffield United were taking on Leicester. How did this one finish? Chris Hull.
Sheffield United 3, Leicester 1. A new year, a new chapter. And Sheffield United have just written a really positive first page of 2026. The Blades won 3-2 in this corresponding fixture at Leicester just a month ago. And United thoroughly deserved this one too. A series of early chances for the Blades, but the home side finally got their reward less than 10 minutes before the break. A corner from the right, poor marking, and Captain Tanganga heads home from close range. 22-year-old sensational Sheffield-born Andre Brooks was rampant all night on the right, and he set up Tommy Cannon and Ball to rifle home from just inside the box early into the second period. A late third from Callum O'Hare, sliding home from a yard out, was followed by a fabulous Foxes consolation from range by Jordan James. The hosts dominated and are now just 8 points off the playoffs after looking over their shoulder at the drop just a few short weeks ago. The Blades 3, Foxes 1.
Chris, thank you very much. It's time now for us to pick our man of the match with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
The Here for It hero on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Yeah, it's time for Stuart Pearce then to pick who the standout performer was at Anfield in this goalless draw between Liverpool and Leeds. So, Stuart, go on then. Who made the mark?
Well, I thought Ampadu for the whole duration was very good at the heart of the midfield for Leeds. He stopped a lot of potential problems, slowed some of the attacks down, and for me, he was the one who caught my eye.
Ethan Ampadu then, getting the vote of confidence there from Stuart Pearce for our Here for It hero, man of the match from today's game with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.